Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to a new Pokemon card live stream. It's Sunday night. What should the title be? Welcome to Pokemon Heaven. Welcome to Poke Heaven. Everyone gets 3 free Pokemon cards. All right. I'm going to grab this. We're going to jump over here. Oops. Free Pokemon. Click here. I'll jump over here. I got my music playing. We're going live for Sunday night. Okay. Let's save on that. I'm whistling to this music. Can't be doing that. Your statement is available. I see. What does this do? Start? Welcome to FedEx shipments are scheduled to be sent. Okay. All right, we're deleting all this. Well, we got a little pre-order. Matt Hansen, $75 to his slab away. So we're starting out with the $75 order for Matt Hansen. Let's just do that real fast. He's got group of Hidden Fate 10s. Okay. So that's going to be 315 minus 75, which leaves 240. We're in a new month now. It is a new month. And so anyone who's late or due on their submission, their pokey slabs, they got to wrap it up. Blake Santoro. Yeah. That guy's got like 2 months left. Says due June 15th. Wow. Crazy. All right. Well, that's nuts. Let's see. Hey, what's up, Six? Man, Blake kind of borrowed a bunch of money from me and not paying it back. You mean sample? Yes, ship with the bulk together. All right, I'm gonna have to look for that. Okay, so let's see. We're jumping over here. Let me close this window. Let me open a new window. All right, we'll pause this. The next step, we'll get the website in here. Oh, I'm tired, man. Dude, I was so tired yesterday. I was like spinning. I was like falling asleep at the end of that stream. I didn't say that part out loud, but man, I was like falling asleep behind the wheel, and I wasn't really saying so. How is tag looking? Yeah, they're never gonna work on my stuff. That sucks, man. Wow, man, that really sucks. All right, let's see. I got a message from Mr. Jonas. All right, how about this over here? Is this all good? All right, that's good. All right, payment received. Tyler Ferber, one spot in the trade auction slab. Oh yeah, this guy over here, he's on round number 3. So he's actually going to finish on Monday. Let's see, we're jumping here. We're jumping here. Maybe I should design those so that they end on like always a night stream or something. I don't know. Let's take a look at the view bounty. So it's pretty easy, 72. Hey, look at this. We actually started checking stats over a whole week. Look at this. So last Saturday it was 70. This Saturday was 72. Last Sunday was 94. That's been the highlight of the whole month. So will we hit 94 tonight? Probably not, but we'll probably hit in the 70s, or if we're lucky, the 80s. But look, 60, 70, 70, 70, 60, 70, 90, 70, 60, 50, 70, 70. So we pretty consistently are hitting around the 70 mark. It's very interesting. 70 seems to be our number. All right. I was just talking to you, Serge. Let's grab, do we have any more? Yeah, we do. 70 appears to be our number. It's been 84 years. I just took my Wegovy shot. I'm still on the Wegovy. Isn't that annoying to hear about? I think when I talk about it, some people get annoyed. It is. I upped the dosage now. So I've gone from 0.25, and now 3 months later, I'm on the 1 milligram. And this will be my first week trying that. So we'll see if it kicks my butt. I think it will, because I already get like headaches from Wegovy. So if I'm doubling the amount I'm taking, should get really bad headaches. That's my presumption. We'll see. I always get the headaches on the day where the medicine peaks too, which is usually like the third day. The first day you don't really feel it too much. It is. All right. So Tyler Ferbert spot in the auction slab. Here it is. Beautiful auction slab here, guys. We set up this nice Houndoom to be the next lightning break. Congratulations, mister. Now you're a druggie. I was shooting up today, guys. FDA approved Wegovy, weight loss drug. Here we are. All right. That'll be one. Okay. If no one else jumps in here, you get it. It's yours. Pretty cool. Houndoom. Wow, he looks great, man. I mean, he really draws your attention to the table, doesn't he? You know what I have to say about that? That means there is probably a pretty good chance this card's going to be expensive over time. You know, like I don't know about today or tomorrow, but okay, let's talk about 4 years from now. It's 2029. How much does Team Rocket's Houndoom go for? Probably a lot. So it's a great time to throw your hat in on a Houndoom break. We're all about the breaks. We love breaks on this channel. All right, let's see. We host the best breaks, maybe. I don't know what kind of breaks other people host. Maybe I should do some market research and watch everyone else's channels for a while. Here's a Them 5 Gem 5 and 5 Gem 3. Oh, it's Mr. Them. Hey, what's up, man? So the 5 Gem 5s will be here. Live custom or ascended pack. Computer. Show me 2 live customs. Ooh. 2, 3, 4, a 5. Ba-doop, 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 ba-doop. Lives are hot, 6. My gut's telling me. He's tricking you, 6. He's tricking you. It's a trick. 5 of the Gem 3s. Okay, Gem 3. I got informed that they're shipping out my missing Gem 5, so that'll be here soon. 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Okay. Well, this is a wonderful order. I like what I'm seeing here. A lot of cards in these packs. I took broke for both at the moment. You took broke? I say you have to return broke. Don't be a jerk about it. Snipping this. All right. Did you guys do anything fun for the weekend? Boy, it feels like I've cut my hand right here. Whatever that line is, it's not supposed to be there or something. It's like sensitive. Huh. Weird. How did that happen? Ready? Oh, chandelier. Oh, garde of wear. Garde of wear. Okay. Oh, annihilate. Oh, more Pecco. That was a snipe. Good job, Mr. Thim. Okay, we got more Pecco. How about over here? Can we snipe over here too? Yes, a Joltik as well. Good job, man. More Pecco and Joltik. Oni-chan, konnichiwa. Oni-chan. Here's the bunny reboot or something like that. And a little horsey. And this is one of the dumbest Pokemon, man. What am I even looking at, dude? Now, this Pokemon is based off of like a land whale, like the missing link for evolution or something, right? Is that what it is? I don't know what it is, but man, they made that Pokemon unlovable. He's so dumb, or she's so dumb looking. It's got like pink. You never know. I don't know a single person that said, "Hey, TCC, you got that Cetodile or whatever it's called? Oh, that's the new Cetodile." I haven't heard that one time. It's all over the place, though. They keep putting it into things like we're gonna fall in love with it in like a second. I don't think we are, guys. All right, so we getting you a new bag, or what are we doing for you, Mister Hathib? So far, so good tonight. Harry, Henry. Okay, it's looking like a new bag for you. Okay. Setatan, use ice spinner. Hey, don't listen to him, Setatan. Okay. We got Rocket's Houndoom, Dialga, Pikachu. We got a booster box. Astral Radiance has 2 people in it now. Jump in there if you guys want to have fun, you know? You guys could do anything you want, really. I know sometimes breaks are especially fun when they're going to end soon. Oh, man, that's good. All right. Been working and saving up. Good for you, man. All right. So we got these 3 slabs. This one says 625. It's expired. All right. That was a giveaway slab, I suppose. And it's a 5. So what will we end up doing with this? Probably giving it away again. All right. Ow. What is going on with my thumb? All right, back into the giveaway box. We have Chris Gonzalez and Pat Gibbs. They both want to consign. So look at this Pikachu I once sold for $100. He's got a nice swirl right there. I think he's like 200 now, guys. Crazy. I'll take that, mister, says Mr. Surge. Fun. Grab this. Doo-be-be-doo. Scooby-Doo. Consign. Pat Gibbs. There it is, everybody. Got a nice Pikachu there. He's ready to go. Now, Chris Gonzalez, he's got this Iona's Wattrell. You'll take the free one? We do have a free one. All we got to do is hit 72 viewers tonight. Let your friends know that we're live. Let's hit that number and give the free card away. Wattrell. Number 232. All right. Iona's Wattrell is slightly cheaper than when you last received it, Mr. Chris. So he will be this will be a $50 slab. Slightly cheaper, not too much cheaper. Price has gone slightly down. It's not much of a difference. Probably just somebody listed a new one. Okay. Boop. Oops. Is that readable? Oh my God, I hate it when I write the numbers wrong. Oh my God. All right. There it goes. That looks good. Must look good. There we go. All right. Good. Now what do we got next, huh? Wow, we've got an order from Javier. 1 live, 1 ascended. Javier, 1 live, 1 ascended. Still no updates on the returns. There's been some progress on some of the PSA submissions, but they're not close to returning. Like one of them is in assembly now, which kind of makes no sense because we already had some in assembly. Maybe that's one of the choke points for their company is they can get them graded fast, but they can only encapsulate them so fast. 1 cold one. Dude, they get like 1 million cards graded in a week. They're nuts over there. It's not 1 million. It's like 100,000. Here we go. Yeah, they get a lot of cards graded at PSA. They're pretty impressive. We got Carbink. Look at that Carbink. Okay. Good. We got to get that shipping ready for Mr. Marius now that we got the funds for it. Javier pulling Carbink. Not bad. That's a 1-pack snipe. And your bag's up here. Okay. Putting these up here. Hey, it's PDX. What's up, PDX? Ta-da! Some new breaks. Dialga, Rocket's Houndoom, Pikachu. No love for Pikachu shown so far. But, you know, actually, I've noticed a lot of the breaks haven't moved too fast so far. I think maybe people are buying other things like the new Pokemon card sets. All right, NHCC falling asleep one spot in the Houndoom. All right, there it is. The Houndoom's getting some love. I'm not surprised. It's a good card. This one could go really fast, to be honest. Okay. I love Carbig. Hello, mister. Have you heard about the Star Wars Lego drama? I saw a video, but I didn't click on it. But yeah, it was like that one guy who's always commenting on stuff with the he looks like an old European medieval guy. What's his name? Asmongold. He had a thumbnail and it showed like the Lego Star Wars, and I looked at it and I said, I'm not clicking that. What happened? What happened with it? All right, very good. Here's Mr. Javier. He says, 8 Abyss Eye. 8 Abyss Eye. You got it, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, lovely. Ready? We are. Lego Star Wars. We must crush this rebel scum. Ooh. Ooh. Cold. Cold. Asmongold's a legend. Welcome, my fellow chuds. Cold. Oh. Oh, 2 cannon. All right, here's a cold one. And a cold one. There it is. Very nice. Well, you got 1 AR. That's pretty good. I think you misspelled Garifter. Did it? Okay, we'll put this over here. You got to watch it. It's mind-blowing. $200,000 worth of Lego stolen from the corporate office of Bricks. And you're saying a $200,000 collection was stolen? That's what it was? Wow. Hopefully they catch the thieves. If the thieves are caught, what do you guys think their punishment should be? If you steal $250,000, what is the price to pay to society for that? I mean, it's got to be like a serious thing, right? Like that's like a diamond heist. That's not a simple like car robbery or you know what I mean? Mugging someone in the streets in a back alleyway. That's a serious high level crime. That should be like 20 years in prison kind of crime. You know what I mean? Oh, hold on. It was a consignment deal, and corporate stole back the store and won't honor the Legos. Wait. Okay, so I didn't get the whole story. It sounds like it's more complicated. It wasn't somebody breaking and entering, is what you're saying. It was a consignment deal, and corporate stole back the store and won't honor the Legos. Corporate who? Corporate Lego? Like the Lego company? Didn't you mean to put the Ionis watch roll to 50, not 55? Oh, yeah, I did. Ah, well, let's leave it how it is. Who cares? The cops are helping No Bricks and Milfig's company. I'm waiting for part 3. Bricks and Minifigs, the biggest Lego independent company in the country. Yeah, but who stole it from them? You're saying the Lego company stole it? Here's Miss Six, one painful hero. No pain, no gain, Miss Six. You ready? You ready, baby? All right, wink. Here goes. The CEO stole it? So are you saying the CEO of the company stole it from the company? I'm so confused. Here we are. Good. Good. Miss Six. All right. Ooh. The company is in on it. Sorry, Six. No biggies no biggies there. You gotta say biggie small, biggie small, biggie small, and then the card will come out that you want. Give me a second here. I have to cough shortly after starting the stream. I didn't cough hardly all day long. That really makes me think it might be my vocal cords. Here's Mark Kaplan. For Abyssi. You got it. Something's going on, man. Let's see. Yeah, I'm still confused. All right. You have to watch the video. I'm not watching the video. Snipping this. We need like a news reporter in here, someone that knows how to say stuff. The franchisees of the store mentioned they wanted to sell the store back to corporate. They stepped in when they noticed the collection, took over the store, and won't give it back to the owner. Oh, okay. So the owner put together a really good collection. And then now I'm more confused. It still doesn't make any sense. It is. They're selling his set still too. Oh, that sucks. All right, you ready? He says he wants 6 of them. I only grabbed 4. Let's grab 6. Yeah, 6. Why haven't you asked me to spank your pack for luck? It makes no sense. Everyone knows a spanky gets double luck. All right. So some guy put together a great Lego collection, and now I have no clue. Yeah. I give you guys a D in news reporting. Here's, what is this? Delmise? How did this get an AR? Terrible. Terrible. Nobody should have made an AR out of this. This is one of the worst Pokemon, by the way. Can we all agree this is one of the dumbest Pokemon? Everybody's tired of inanimate objects becoming Pokemon. Like, yeah, it's a steering wheel, dude. It's a steering wheel and an anchor. How's this a Pokemon? This is worse than Aegislash. Aegislash at least is cool, like a sword, right? Doublade, Aegislash. Delmise is just like a really ugly anchor. I'm not feeling it. No way, man. No, it's not the dumbest Pokemon. It's up there, though. That one's up there. If I had to make a list of worst Pokemon designs ever, along with Crabominable, we'd have that guy. I like Aegislash. Yeah, I don't mind him. I don't mind Aegislash. I've heard other people complain about him, but I don't mind Aegislash. I think he's decent. Crabominable and Delmise, some of the worst Pokemon designs in Pokemon history. It's just an anchor and a wheel. Come on, bro. All right, that's for you, Mr. Mark. Families that are affected. The CEO of the company, Bricks and Minifigs, stole a consignment and store that held the consignment, and the cops are helping them. Some YouTuber came in and blew the story up. They're trying to help the family that's affected. Oh, he stole a consignment. So it was somebody who worked within the business, received a consignment of Legos, and he stole it. Meaning he just took it home with him and claimed it never arrived? Or how did they know he stole it? How did they catch him? That's for you, Mr. Mark. They're keeping everything and saying they don't have any of the Legos. That's crazy. Okay, let's see. But so how do they know that they have the Legos though? Because like in order to claim that they were stolen and not lost, you'd have to have some evidence, right? Arg, you bastard, you mister. You don't dare mock the Delmise to which conquered. That's not pirate speak. Yarg. Do you believe in karma? Absolutely not. I think there's terrible people who are very evil their whole lives and nothing happens to them. They just win. Absolutely not. I don't believe in karma. I don't believe in fairies, ghosts, spirits, any of it. Nope. If somebody is evil and you want them to be punished, we have to punish them. They have to be punished right here, right now. They're not going to hell. They're not going to get beat up with karma. None of that's going to happen. If you want them to, if you want to see them pay justice, we have to do the justice. So I feel very strongly about that because sometimes people think like, well, they'll get their judgment in hell. No, they won't. No, they won't. We got to get them justice now. Here's Sonic. Don't incite my wrath, is what I'm trying to say. I'm about to get triggered over here. Here's Snorlax for $25. This is a gym break. He's a really cute card. Have you considered that this card might be pretty expensive someday? I thought that the store was sold and the new owner didn't follow the previous owner's consignment and held on to the inventory. Oh. Oh, is that what's going on in the story? So the business got sold to a new owner, and the new owner's not treating any of the consignment as consignment. He's treating it as, we own this. This is ours. Is that what it is? They have pictures and videos on Instagram. Mister, have you explained your thoughts on PSA? Yep, they're one of the best companies in the world right now, and they're pretty far behind on their grading. And they're going to shut down their grading for a little while and start catching up. That's the whole story. Tag Team Eveltal, huh? Man, that card looks nice. All right. What do I do with the card like this? I guess let's put this in a live custom. You sure Mitch Connor isn't one of your hands? Yeah, I'm Mitch Connor. I drift from town to town. The new owner showed up, announced, and just took the store. Won't give the previous owners any time to do anything. Ouch. The Mormon church is involved because most of the people are involved go to the Mormon church. You know, those Mormons. I don't know anything about Mormons. All I know is their religion was founded very recently relative to other groups of Christianity. Most groups of Christianity, they kind of like sprung off of Catholicism, right? The Lutherans, the Calvinists, the Baptists, the evangelicals, you know, they all kind of, the Eastern Orthodox, really the two big ones were Lutherans and Eastern Orthodox, right? They didn't like the Catholic Church, so they're like, we're out of here. But the Mormons, they came about way more recently. One day, this guy, he was like, yeah, God's talking to me. I know the way. And then he gave himself 35 wives, I think, or something like that. That's a clever religion right there. Gee willikers. Yeah, I'm going to need about 35 wives and girlfriends. Why? Well, the Lord said. That's pretty good. Get it done. All right. Lovely card. Going into the lives. I don't mean to offend any Mormons. Please buy cards from me if you're Mormon. I can't be offending anybody. As a business, I can't be offending anybody. I love all your religions. I promise. Don't talk bad about the Mormons. Joseph Smith is one of your viewers. That's true. All right. Whatever you're a fan of, I'm a fan of. Your political views are my political views. We're the same, really. Please, 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 please don't be offended. Chilling Rain. Oh, yeah, a box of Chilling Rain is in. I like all your religions, I promise. Don't buy cards somewhere else. That's how business feel, by the way. You know, the business owners probably all have personal ideas about the world, but half the time they probably don't tell you that. You know, it's like McDonald's, the CEO doesn't tell you what his personal beliefs are, but he has them, right? He has personal beliefs, but he doesn't tell you because he doesn't want to lose McDonald's sales. So if you ever hear me say something and it's pretty strongly opinionated and you're like, you know, I don't know how I feel about that, just remember every card shop owner and every business owner has beliefs as well. I'm just wild enough to tell you what mine are. We are. Let's pop this over here. I'm crazy that way. Okay. AI told me not to, but I said, you're not my mom. AI said, shut your mouth so you can sell more cards. That's what AI said. Did you know that? AI was like, don't talk about these subjects. I was like, I'm still going to talk about them. This a YouTuber stole the Legos. He fled to Mexico. Not Mexico. Da, 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 da. All right, it's a lazy Sunday night. I'm not seeing any orders in the queue. Wow, he don't listen to AI for once. I don't listen to AI very often. Six, like sometimes AI tells me to smack that ass, and I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. I respect women, so I don't do that. You know, I don't do that. I'm not all about that life. Oh, use this store credit for a gym break spot on Houndoom. Gym break spot on Houndoom. Wait, let me go back over here. Give me a second. Let's see. Use this and store credit. Oh, I got you. Okay. I got you. I understand. One would think otherwise. Six, or did I just say six? Tammy, you are not meant to think anymore. AI will do the thinking now. Okay, so don't worry about all this stuff about life anymore. I'm going to pay my thinking bill. That's how it works. You have to pay a thinking bill. It used to be like an electric bill. Now you have to pay a thinking bill for your AI, and AI will tell you what to think. It will supplant your personality. You would just be like, ooh, this is how AI made me. Do-do-do-do-do. All right, Tyler, he wants a spot in the Houndoom as a gym break. Who's going to join him? Wonder when the first AI religion will be created. Here we are. Oh, I can't wait to sign up. Tyler. You got a card, Tyler? I don't remember if you got a card. Here's Savannah with So, Alicia, TRG, Soul Despair, Brighton Cole. I got a card. Technically, I'm allowed to go up against you guys. Are you scared? You should be. You don't have a card? Oh my God, he doesn't have a card. I did not know that. Let me get you a fresh card. Okay. Tyler Ferbert. I asked AI to do a personality analysis of me the other day, and it said, I think you're real smart. And I said, oh man, AI's got to be right. It called me smart. That's got to be true. All right, AI, what next? Yeah, I'm tossing this over here. All right. Did I get my order? Says Mr. L12. We need one more person in here. And for the gym break on a spot. Sergio. I'm looking for it. Let's see. Surge Daily Abyss Eye Snipe. There it is. Okay, grabbing this. Read my comment. CoffeeZilla is going to do a video. Ooh. Here we are. Very nice. All right. You guys ever done that? You ever talked to AI for a while and been like, why don't you judge me, AI? Ever done that? Someone battle me. Tell me who I am. Computer. Computer. All right. All right. Put this over here. I don't talk to AI. You're missing out. You're missing out. You got to think about what the Lord and Savior AI can do for you. All right. Good. So I asked AI to analyze me, and you know what it said? One of my big weaknesses is AI says I try too hard to optimize things. What did you guys think? What do you think of that? It says every time you talk, the only thing you're thinking about is whether something is good or bad, and how do you get more of something. Sergio L12, one cold one. And I was like, damn AI smart. All right. AI's like, you're unusual because you only talk in these ways. You only talk about optimizing things. You talk about virtually nothing else. To be fair, though, I mean, what other use is AI for, right? But sadly, it's a little bit accurate because that's all I think about. I don't think about anything else. Here's Mark J. Valerian. One box of Japanese battle partners. Read, read Surge's message. Can I battle Tyler and go on the Dialga if I win? I don't care. Yeah, we can do that for you. Of course, you can always do that. As you know, you can always shift between the breaks. So you can always do that. Yeah, you can shift between breaks. Let me go get this box. I'll be right back. All right. Here we are. Ooh. Ta-da! Mister was an Amish community leader in a past life. That's right. I even have the ratty beard to prove it. Ready? Good. Okay. Putting this here. Putting this here. One whole box for Mr. Mark. All right. Classic workaholic trait. Put this here. And we'll put this here. Ready to sneep? Okay. Sneeping this. Good. Wait. Okay. Sneeping these. What are you talking about? All right. Sneeping these. It had a whole list of things I'm bad at, by the way. AI was like, you suck this way, you suck that way. There's snipping this. I was like, damn AI. I don't know about this AI stuff anymore. I think AI is wrong, actually. You know AI is flawed, right? Yeah. Good. It was using like big fancy words too, like hemogenic or some word like that. I can't remember what it was. But it basically says something like, as soon as something in my life gets good, I immediately adjust to it and I expect it to be better afterwards. AI was basically saying no matter how much money I had, I wouldn't be happy. I was like, what are you talking about? Give me $1 million and we'll test that theory. Oops. I think we have to test this theory because this guy with the hat, I forgot that that was a pull in this set. Ooh. All right, let's keep going. At least AI didn't roast your pokies. Here's Whalmer. Code. Here's Iona's Watrell. You know, another criticism. AI said something like, normal people would not like me. Normal people. It says something like, um, because I'm constantly sort of like thinking in terms of how is something made better, or like how do you make something, more efficient or something like that. It said because of all that, I would be a horrible person to be around because normal human beings have like this thing called flaws. I was like, I'm very personable, AI. I don't know what you're talking about. Normal humans have flaws. Here it is. Put this here. Cold. I'm not a very judgmental person. You all know that, right? I'm very chill. Cold. NPCs won't interact with you. No one talks about poop management in Pokemon. Those cities got a stank. They poop in their Pokeballs. When a Pokemon poops in their Pokeball, it's like one thousandth. I can't say that word. 1/100 times the size. It's a fraction. 1/100th. God, dude. 1,000th. Hello, mister. I just saw your video about the No Hollow First Edition Dark Dragonite. I was just wondering, what's the difference between that Dragonite and the other era Dragonites? The difference is mine's better. Here's Snorlax. Remember, normal are people Two-Face. What? Cold. Here's the cat. Meow. Cold. Here's a cold one. Cold. Cold. Yeah, I think basically AI said I would not be fun to be around because I'd be too much like a business manager. I think that's kind of what it boils down to. Here it is. Nonsense. I don't even run that big of a business, dude. I just sell Pokemon cards. I'm very fun at parties. That's what I told AI in response. I said, we are. There we go. What do you guys think is my biggest flaw? Too handsome, too animal, like attraction, pure essence. It's okay. You don't have to be shy about it. Look at this Wailord. Wow, some nice ARs in this set, man. These look great. Remember, normal people. Oh, I can't already read. We already read that one. What if Grimer's just a Cubone with a very poopy Pokeball? The Air Dragonite gets pulled in uncommon spot and has different set number compared to the regular one. All right, so set that there. That was from Mark J. Valerian. Okay. Aha. Put that there. Okay. Mark, 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 Mark. Thank you so much, man. What do we got next? We have an order from Sergio L12. Battle Tyler. You got it. Yeah, so anytime you guys battle over one of these $40 spots, it doesn't matter what card it's for. If you don't want to be in that card, you can just have me transfer it over. That's always been allowed. All right, all right, all right, all right. Who's going to ask the best question tonight so we can have a fun conversation? What do you guys want to talk about tonight? What do you guys want to talk about? Yeah. Okay. Ooh, lovely. Sergio's got quite a scorecard there. Are you scared, Tyler? Are you scared? The birds and the bees. A man puts his penis in a woman's vagina. That's the birds and the bees. Yes, mister, says Mr. Tyler. Tyler's scared. We have a auction break. It's in his third stream. One stream left after that. The Star Wars Grievous. Did you have any developments with the brother-in-law? Oh, I was showing some of his texts to Karis. It's a very stressful thing, actually. Dude, that guy's nuts, dude. I don't know, man. All right. Ready? Here we go. We got Whimsicott 230. No, that whole thing has been like a dark cloud all week. There it is. Going to Tyler Ferbert, round number one. Uh-oh, Sergio. Here's. Oh, Cabalion's strong. But he doesn't beat Dragonite. Okay, you're tied up now. Last round. Slow King, not bad. Beats a lot of cards. Kind of like it's in the middle. That's it. It goes to Mr. Tyler. How does that feel, Mr. Tyler? That's going to be a round for Mr. Tyler. Tyler, nothing sweeter than getting it half off. Tyler goes, yes. Okay. Good. He says, sorry, Serge. Is this heaven on earth? Ooh, baby. Da, 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 da. How does that song go? Is it you think heaven is a place on earth? You make heaven. No, I don't remember the lyrics. That's some old song. Tyler Ferbert. We have two people in the Houndoom. There's 6 spots remaining. I was thinking maybe a local church pastor might be able to help get him a job. Nah, dude. I don't know what's going to happen with them. I realized over the weekend, if I wasn't married to Karis, I would never talk to that whole family. What I would do is I would try to forget them as fast as possible and never think about them again because every one of them's stressful. They're all stressful as hell, man. They're so stressful. It's like a burden. But I'm related to them through the marriage. But if I wasn't married to Karis, I would not have to think about them ever again. And that actually sounds super relieving. They're that bad. I would never have to think about their situation again. Here we are. No, it's quite bad. It's pronounced Fibet in Family's French, but either way works. So Tyler Sherbert. All right, let's see what we got. Fibet, Forbidden. Michael Ibarra. He says 10 of the Pokey Shuffles. Yes, ma'am. I missed the story. What happened? I was talking to my brother-in-law for a little while. He lost his job. And That's pretty bad because he's not developing like a normal adult. And I reached out after like 13 years of being with CARES. I texted him for the first time and just kind of gathered some information about him. You know, I was asking him questions. I was being real nice. I was just kind of gathering like information about him and wanted to know more about him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He's got some pretty toxic religious views. They're pretty bad. And he's kind of delusional and not taking care of himself. Whoa. Michael Michael Ibarra, a straight cold round. I'm sorry, man. Those happen in this box. That's a straight cold round there, Mr. Michael. Well, Michael, you should get like a bonus when that happens. Do we have a bonus card? What kind of bonus would be meaningful? Let me get you this little Charmander, okay? All right. Mr. Michael, is he in any clans? What? Anyways, he's so bad. And then I already thought the parents were pretty bad. So he's not a slab maker. No. It would have been nice to sort of hire that guy to work with me, but it would be a terrible mistake to do that. Terrible mistake. Michael, did you need a new bag? We are. Nah, he's like in a bad place. What do you predict of our future with AI in say 10 to 12 years? Well, we'll all be plugged up to a machine like the Matrix, and we'll be living in the AI imaginary world, and it'll be much better there. Every fantasy your brain ever wanted will come true, but your body will slowly be being eaten by the robot spiders in the real world. You just won't know it. So this will say 626. All right. I have one slab that I paid off. How much is it to ship? Says Manny Castro. If you're within the United States, it's $9 to ship. We are. Ow. What's your view on $80 PSA grading? It happened before, so it's not really a surprise. I don't mind it. It just means everyone's gonna have to take a break from grading, basically. And once the demand falls, they'll open up their lower tier again. Not that complicated. All right, what's next? How does someone not take care of themselves? It happens. It happens. And what normally happens is when a person really lets themselves go, they eventually go homeless from mental health problems that are unaddressed. Unaddressed mental health problems. He didn't lose his job at McDonald's probably in a, oh, I didn't feel like going to work way. I feel like I'm probably about 80% sure he probably went there and said something very unallowed, some kind of weird religious thing. That's my theory. I don't know for sure, but I'm betting that the managers wanted him gone for a while. He had worked there for 13 years and they finally fired him. We are. How do you fire somebody that's worked there for 13 years? Could only be one reason. Really, really needed to fire him. He's probably saying stuff like Kanye. Yep. Yep. He's one of them sensitive types that can't keep his mouth shut. Maybe. I know him personally. To me, he seems like he's got, to be honest, like autism or something. Gotta be like Asperger's or something. But this is made much worse by the fact that his dad holds these really fringe religious beliefs about like talking directly to God through like your dreams and stuff. And then he's been drilling that into this guy's head for like 32 years. And now he actually believes it. And he's like this person who's not really too well grounded in reality. So he can just kind of hear anything in his mind. And he's like, that's true. That's real. Something's going on. I don't think he's grounded, I don't think I think he's very loosely grounded to the real world. And, that wouldn't be such a problem if he was just kind of like a chill guy with weird religious beliefs, but he's not. He's like an angry person on top of it. And that's the problem. He's angry too. That's the problem. Because I analyzed conversation with me, taking a picture of these. I'll turn that off. There we go. All right, we're posting that to the Pricey Slabs channel. So I analyzed his conversation with me, and he's just not okay. He's very angry. I don't know, angry at the world or something, you know? That screams trouble. Yeah, it does. But I was reading his text, and I was like, wow, this is like concerning that you're talking this way, you know? Like, it bothers me. Did you show AI your conversation? Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I showed it. AI was like, Michael Ibarra, it says 4 pokey shuffles. Yes, sir. I still have my bag. Oh, okay, so now you got 2 bags. Were his messages like Louis the Six? No, Louis still, he's still here with us. He's cognizant. This is a totally different thing, Mr. Alex. It's really tough. It's tough on Karis. It is. I showed her the texts. She was like, oh. Yeah, it's pretty stressful, actually. Hey, Haxorus is a big pull, Mr. Michael. Well, now I don't feel bad for you, Michael. You got a good one. All right. That's so heavy. Like crazy, crazy? Sort of. More like, no, not like totally gone, but I don't want to end up reading the text. That doesn't feel appropriate. There we go. If you were here in person, I'd show you. Wow, Haxorus, are we keeping or are we re-rolling? I'm going in on the stock market. You're going in? I don't know. I think it's going to crash tomorrow. Don't tell him your address. No, he knows where I live. Yeah. You know, Karis already had one brother. He's a half brother. And I met him just before he went nuts. I've spoken about him a couple times. He ended up becoming a drug user, and then he developed full-on schizophrenia and paranoia. So he had schizophrenia, paranoia, and they kicked him out, and who knows where he is now. He's just like gone. This, ooh, I'll re-roll it. You'll re-roll it. You got it. All right. He's gonna send God to come get you in your dreams, minister. Don't fall asleep. I'm gonna buy back out. All right, so you're gonna end up with a re-roll of 50. So it goes from 60 to 50. You ready? So that's 10. It's brother-in-law. Yeah, Karis's half-brother was already nuts. Now she's got her other brothers kind of losing it too, and it's just not a good thing. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. What? What? That was a good what? That was a jackpot reroll. There's all the pulls. I demand my Charmander back, Michael. You don't even need it. This guy doesn't even need it. All right. That's the desired outcome from everyone. Everyone wants to do that. So we're looking for Raikou, Electrode, and Beedrill. All I gotta say, make sure you sleep with the glizzy next to you. Get a dog. Well, it's not like that. He's not that crazy. All right, let's see. Oh no, not the yawns. All right, guys. In this stream, I'm going to bed with you all. We're gonna fall asleep under the cover. Would that be fun? What if I had a little bed and I climbed into it and I kept opening cards with you guys? Oh my god, that'd be hilarious, dude. You know how people tell me to get like a stand-up desk all the time? Imagine I did the opposite of that. Imagine I got a setup where I open the cards from bed. All right. Beedrill. Wow. So he's going from $60 to 184. All right. What do you want now? Your wish is my command, Mr. Michael. This is why people like the Pokey Shuffles. Don't show this to Team Rocket Grunt. He'll get jealous because he's experienced this too, and it was a lot of fun. Is he holier than thou person? Yeah, but like to the mega extreme. He uses words like witches and witchcraft, but he's not like he's like 100% serious about it. Let's see. I'm a great night owl. I'll watch over Pokies in house. Like he's not just saying it ironically or like, he's really using it in like the medieval sense. And the problem with this text is it reveals he's like this guy. He's never had sex, never had friends, got fired from McDonald's. He's missing all his teeth. At the age of 32, he's missing almost all of his teeth. But he doesn't do drugs. He just doesn't brush. He doesn't go to the dentist and he eats candy all day. So he's missing all his teeth, won't go to the dentist, won't learn how to drive. His parents drive him to McDonald's and drop him off to work at the age of 32. So, but then he's developed this religious superiority complex where he's like, I know the Bible better than you and you're going to hell. And it's like, whoa, 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 dude. Okay, so he says, can I re-roll the electrode? Yes, you can. You can re-roll anything you want. Keeping these two? All right, sounds good. There's an alternative universe where GameStop bought you out, and now they require you stand for the whole stream. Ugh. Okay, so we got Mikhail Ibarra. That's the Pokey Shuffles for you guys. Hopes and dreams in there. Torch burns things down. They stole from me. I bet I can share a good candy confo with him. Get Bible trading cards for the shop. You want me to get Bible trading cards? I'll do it. I'm crazy. Okay, this will tick down to 20. The funny part is he pulled all that on a $20 roll, everybody. You realize that? He rolled $20 for the Pokey Shuffle, and it turned into $180, and now he's re-rolling 20 of that. Wow. Candy's a weakness to me. 2, 3, 4, 5. It goes in for 25, but next time it'll only be worth 20. We're opening a whole box of Book of Revelations in a minute. do, 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 do. I have a deck of Go Plates, which is basically a Mormon Go Fish. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why is he afraid of driving or he can't get a license? So that's the thing. Why doesn't he get his teeth fixed? Why doesn't he get a better job? Why doesn't he get friends and a girlfriend? Why doesn't he get a license at the age of 32? I think he has autism. That's what I think it is. Undiagnosed. Either that or severe anxiety, undiagnosed. So that's my theory. He has a mental condition that's not being medicated for or worked on. And he never will work on it because he's probably been told that psychologists are like the devil or something. You know what I mean? It's demons. Obviously, because there's not much time to do religious things in the day. Measure the distance between his eyes. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Mr. Baseball Mitts? That's an old one. Here we are. All right. This song's so good. Here we are. We're clicking on this. Mr. Jack Gray, 3 other shuffles. You got it. Jack Gray, 3 other shuffles. This is the other shuffle box. I wonder what his internet search history is. It might be pretty clean. He's really serious about people going to hell. 3 cold ones. Like, so I talked to him extensively and I was just kind of nice the whole time, but it was just because I was trying to get to understand him. He was calling people like dogs or something, like that was out of the Bible. He had like a Bible quote where the word dog is used in a derogatory term. So he's calling people like dogs and dog like and witches and witchcraft and talking about people burning in hell. And I couldn't do it, man. It like grossed me out. But the problem was he's not like this well put together guy with the fiery charisma and a nice suit talking about witches and witchcraft from like a pulpit from a church that he owns. Because those guys kind of put on a show, you know. Those guys kind of put on a show. Television preachers. He's not any of that. He doesn't take care of himself at all. But then he has like this visceral, angry feeling about everyone. And like, yeah, you're all burning in hell. And it's like, damn, bro. Here's Manuel Castro. He says shipping for this slab. Rayquaza. You got it, man. All right. That's a good card. Is he LDS member? No. Probably non-denominational. They're part of some group that believes like your dreams are prophetic. Like if you have a dream, it's a prophecy. And it's like, what? Who came up with this stuff? All right, there we are. They're always trying to predict like weird things, you know? Stuff that seems pretty inconsequential. And then they'll have like a big prediction for the end of the world or something, and it never comes true. They predicted the end of the world. His dad and his dad's group and predicted the end of the world twice, and neither time it came true. And you'd think that would be enough evidence, but it's not. You'd be like, well, I guess you can't rely on, prophecy. Nope, that doesn't work on them. They just move on to the next one. I actually told him, I said, what if one Christian predicted a heads and the other one predicted a tails? Mr. Manuel, it looks like you have a new address. Is that right? Mr. Manuel. I'm gonna clear this. I don't want to send this to the wrong place. Yep, that's gotta be you because there's only one. So I'm gonna delete this. I'm gonna use the new address, okay? Is he a Trumper? He is a Trumpy. Here it is. We'll grab this. I don't think Trump believes any of that stuff, though. Okay. It's kind of like saying, did the guy shooting up fentanyl on the street vote for Kamala, It's like, it's an interesting pattern, though, don't you think? But, no, it's pretty bad. It's pretty frustrating. All right. What's the address you have? Oops. I don't really want to say it out loud. Let's see. Let me look at it. Manuel Castro begins with the 9. How does that sound? Wait, is this my first time shipping to you, by the way? Let me log in here. Didn't give me your email. A religious, angry person, Trumpy? Who would have guessed? Yeah, I know. Yeah, that looks right. Yeah. Maybe there were 2 Manuel Castros. This music's really loud. All right, I got your email. I think we're about ready. Let me hit print. It's going to update the address to look nice. Now we're just waiting for the price to come in on the label, okay? So that takes a minute for it to calculate it. While we're waiting for it to calculate the price, let's head right on over to Joseph Smith. 1 Trump and 1 other shuffle. Yeah. I finished the boys. OMG. How'd you feel about it, Russ? How'd you give us the good old Russ no spoilers review? Boop. 1 cold other shuffle. Sorry, Mr. Joseph. Okay, and 1 Trump. Trump. All right, here it is. Playboy Trump. Okay, good. I really like this one. So this is not a Trump card, but it's just so clean. So I think you can actually sell that to people who like the Playboy brand on the internet. Okay. Okay. All right. No Trump in this pack. Perhaps I shouldn't ask, but they're no longer paying you rent. So they do pay us rent. They pay subsidized rent, meaning we're paying some of it for them. It's so frustrating, man. Everything about it's frustrating. I don't even want to think about it, man. All right, Joseph Smith. They get to pay an unusually low rent. And we do that to just kind of help them. We are. My popular short is almost at 1.8 million. Wow, that's cool, man. Does that make you feel like making another one? All right, there we go. Good. Here's one of these 1989 Gundam cards. Zagak. Cool. 1989. That's quite old. Quip's Cubone drawing. Very cute. Zakura. Very cute. Hey, pal, you just blowing from Stupid Town? Here's Mega Tyranitar. We're up to 3 out of 12 on that. Here's Nazgul Terror. And here's Down But Never Out. I thought the ending was well deserved. Kind of sad, but something was still missing. I don't know why. Then whoever was left, I was happy for them. Yeah, you felt like something was missing, like you weren't satisfied, right? A lot of people reported not feeling satisfied by the ending. Okay. Any new orders? Let's see if we have any new orders. Here's a Mark Kaplan order, and he says 5 of the Japanese Abyss Eye. Mark Kaplan. Did we already do that, Mark? I feel like we already did that one, but I actually cannot remember. I feel like the boys was ruined by the fact that so many of the episodes were just filler episodes, and either they were filler, like the episode with Seth Rogen introducing himself and his friends. That was totally unnecessary. They just wanted to do that, to show off all these cast members. The other thing they did a lot of, they introduced, their new show a lot, right? So they were just prepping for the next show the whole time. Really disappointing. Did I open this for you, Mark? Mark Kaplan. 5 more of these. I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boop, 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 boop. Do you guys remember? Did I open 5 more of these for him? His order looks very similar, and I can't remember. Oh my gosh, the big yawns. That's it. I'm just going to sleep on the table right now. Tam says, I never got into the boys. Oh, ow. Tam, why have you not started watching the boys like everyone else? Come on, dude. Get with the times, Tam. Another show ruined by politics. I think that the boys wasn't as political in the first early seasons, and it got like more like I think they turned his character into kind of like a caricature of Trump, which made it I mean, it definitely gave the story kind of like an arc, but I don't think it was that bad. Like, yeah, ultimately, was it kind of like preachy Democrat stuff? Yes. And yet, despite that, I liked Homelander so much and Butcher so much, the show was still watchable for that reason. Like, I wasn't taking the show very seriously the whole time. And it just has so many funny memes in it that you absolutely will run into on the internet. I've never watched it also. You ought to. And we do have the boys booster packs. You guys could pull a 1 of 1 Homelander Siki out of there. I'd love to see that. You didn't open it? Perfect. Let's get this opened. Mark Kaplan's missing round of Abyss Eye. Ooh. Okay. All right. Mr. Mark. Cold. Cold. Spiritomb. Cold. And cold. I never seen Rick and Morty. Never been interested. Always thought it looked stupid. Damn, bro, that one's really good. Sadly, I don't like it after they got rid of the original voice actor, but those early seasons are very watchable. All right, Mr. Mark. Yeah, I'd give Rick and Morty like a 9 out of 10, maybe. That one's real good. All right. Ooh. I like SpongeBob. SpongeBob's not bad. It's more easy watching, though. Nothing too serious happens in SpongeBob. All right. We've got Charmeleon. Char. We've got Zepidos. We got Kangdra, Snorlax, and Iona's Wattrell. Ooh. So camera the tilted. We gotta get this. I almost said jilted. A lot of inappropriate things happen in SpongeBob. What? That's what my mom said many years ago. She said that there were secretive adult jokes in the show, and she didn't like it for that reason. Rick and Morty before the voice change was 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed everything about it. Did you ever pull the one of one Glenn's eyeball from Walking Dead? No. Do we still have Walking Dead? I don't see it. Breaking Bad. We still got Breaking Bad. So Breaking Bad's still available. All right, what's next? We have an order from Jose Trevino. You and the wife should watch some. It's pretty funny. What, of SpongeBob? Well, Karis and I both watched all the original SpongeBob's. We probably stopped watching after a certain point. We didn't really watch it together, though. We watched it when we were younger. 10 other shuffles. Jose Trevino. Okay, good luck in there. Okay, what we got? I watched it a lot as a kid. My siblings loved SpongeBob. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There you go. Hey, what's up, crazy KRS? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oof. Jose Trevino, that's a big miss. Sorry, man. I'm putting him in the second chance baggie. I took that Wegovy shot and I can already feel it. You know how you can feel it? Because you get nausea. It is. I'm feeling that right now. Have you seen Married with Children or Malcolm in the Middle? Hit the road, Jack, and don't come back no more. Isn't that the opening song for Married with Children? I can't remember. I do remember that show. I also remember Roseanne. Do you guys remember Roseanne? Well, she was like what was Roseanne? She was like a Midwest, a Midwest kind of like redneck mom or something like that. Remember her show came back and then she said something that offended a bunch of people. It was something about Trump. I don't remember. What did Roseanne say to get kicked off of her show? Does anyone remember? I gotta remember what she said. Married with Children, it's definitely just the whole thing was just definitely based off of women, love and marriage, love and marriage. Was it like that? Do 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 do. What did Roseanne say to lose her show? To Mose her bear? What the hell? No, lose her show. All right. Let's see. In 2018, after she posted a racist tweet about a former senior advisor for Obama, in the deleted post, Roseanne Barr wrote that the Muslim Brotherhood in Planet of the Apes had a baby. Ooh, that'll get you fired. That'll do it. Man. Kind of do you guys remember Paula Deen? Who remembers Paula Deen from Paula Deen's Cooking? Paula Deen. 3 Abyssi for Miss 6. You got it, 6. Who remembers Paula Deen? She was strung out on sleeping pills. I think she actually said that, didn't she? She said, I said the craziest things because I took all these sleeping pills. Third Rock from the Sun was banger. Yeah. That the main guy, he was so young back then. He's so old now. I'm old. I'm as old as my parent was when we watched Third Rock from the Sun. Time flies, guys. That's why you got to open some Pokemon cards, guys. What are you waiting? You think you're going to live forever? You're going to hold on to that money forever? You got to have some Pokemon cards in your lives. I got Pokemon cards in my life. And if you don't want to open packs, try buying one. Just buy a graded one. You have some Pokemons, guys. All right, 6. That's one of the best arguments right there. Money's meant to be spent, everybody. You can hold on to it, but it's not going with you. All right. Jimmy should be fired. Also, same company, same type of thing. Jimmy Kimmel, you mean? Yeah, you know, people were talking about how the Stephen Colbert situation was like an attack on freedom of speech. But I looked it up and that guy was losing their station like some giant number. It was like 40 million a year. So it's like he's losing was it 40? I don't remember. Let me look it up. I don't want to be unfair and say the wrong amount. So let me ask, how much money was Stephen Colbert losing per year on his TV show? That show is bleeding them money. Late night shows used to be like funny. People would come on and like if there was political commentary, it usually went you hit the Democrat Party, then you hit the Republican Party. So you would hit them together instead of being one sided. But in a lot of cases, they just weren't political. They would joke about celebrities and TV shows and trends and stuff like that. They avoided politics. Here it is. I was correct. He was losing 40 million per year. Wow. 40 million. Unbelievable. So it's like people want to claim it's because of free speech. I think the show, maybe there was pressure from the networks to get rid of him because of public broadcasting or something. I don't know, but more than likely, if he wasn't losing 40 million a year, he might have just stayed on, right? Here's Joseph Smith, one Star Wars Family Guy, and one other shuffle. Wow, nobody buys the Star Wars Family Guys anymore. You know, I used to sell through these pretty fast. Here they are. Let me show them off. They're a bit of fun. You guys ever thought about opening these? Family Guy Star Wars were some of the best Family Guy episodes where they parodied Star Wars. Look, see, hilarious. So we got plenty of these if you guys want to open any of them. That's the whole thing. Also, the new cool thing is to hate anything and everyone the orange guy does. And yeah, politics. People are split. You know, people are split. There's a Democrat side. There's a Republican side. It is. There it is. But as it turns out, basically just being a propaganda arm of a single political party is not profitable because think about it, you lose out on 50% of your potential income. So entertainment does better when it serves both sides or it avoids it. Like I watched Chainsaw Man and Chainsaw Man wasn't political. That's part of why it was so fun. Into the garbage chute. They didn't get political with their casting choices. There wasn't some, you know, like, aha, you didn't expect this woman to be strong, did you? There was none of that. They made the characters hot instead of ugly. Here's Obi-Wan Kenobi. Please, Lord, let me smell his hat. Too fast. Now I want more. Here's Narrow Escape. Here's Pilot Found. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have voted Democrat and Republican in my life. Here we are. Let's see. Ooh, we've got Blockade Runner. So this does come with holographics. Gather round, children. Look at this. Ooh. Okay, good. I think I'm going to put him in the front. We're going to sleeve this up together. Thank you, Joseph, for showing these off. Okay. And I think this box is getting pretty full, actually. That's Joseph Joya. I didn't see this set in the menu or secret menu. Yeah, how much were they? How much were the Family Guy packs? That's so cool. I know, they're neato. Now I want more. Come on, Chris. Here's we'll throw this away and we'll throw this away. Boop. It's the bottom of the description. We're hitting refresh on the website. Oh, what do you know? We got another mark order. This time, Mark says 8 of the Abyss Eyes. You got it, Mr. Mark? 8 of them. 8 of them. Also, don't forget the other shuffle. Did I forget that? Man, I'm sorry, man. I always forget one thing in the stream. Because you know, I never forget anything. That's why they call me Mr. Never Forgetty. Okay. All right. 2, 3. I don't understand how someone can claim to be one side their whole life. To me, if you have any common sense or down to earth, can't agree with everything one party does. Shoot. I think every party always thinks that they're the good guys. I think that's how it works. It's really competing philosophies or competing ideas about reality. And so each team believes that they've got it right and the other team's got it wrong. In the past, it wasn't that big of a deal. But nowadays, the disagreements have moved on to some like existential problems, like who should be allowed to be here. That's a big one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, there we go. You know, when it's just about taxes, people grumble about taxes. I especially grumble. But it's not about taxes anymore. It's more about like big things like identity and population. So it's a tough conversation. All right, you think the internet amplified the disagreement? No, I don't think the internet amplified the disagreement. I think between 1990 and right now, America's population went from like probably like 80% white to like 50% white. So there's been a massive population change in the US, and that's created a big backlash. So Trump's big thing was, kicking immigrants out, right? That was his big thing. And then over in Europe, that's the big thing over there too. They're winning politics over there based on the exact same debate about who should be there and who shouldn't be there. We are. Look at this. So that's the big thing that they're all fighting over. Code. Code. Yeah, when you fight over something simple like taxes, people get upset, but they don't like want to burn each other's homes down or anything like that. You know what I mean? But when you start talking about who gets to go and who gets to stay, now you're starting to talk about some very serious subjects. Here's Fomantis. So cute. Okay, here's the belt. Very good. Although ironically, Trump won because he received a lot of the Latino vote and a lot of African American vote. Not a lot, but historically a lot. So there was a shift in those two parties amongst the groups of men. So men were like, send him back. That's for Mr. Mark. Thank you, Mark. That's what the data said when the data came out. After a vote ends, you know who voted what way. All right, let's see. That's what I thought. I hear it all the time. I looked it up at the beginning of the year. Trump has not surpassed Obama with deportations. Yeah, apparently that was a whole thing. We are. But it just wasn't talked about as much. Well, you have to recall why, because, people hear about that and they don't understand why Obama was doing that. Back then, and some of you guys, maybe you're old enough to remember this if you were into politics. I was. Back then, it was the Democrats fighting the Republicans to stop immigration. The parties swapped on that subject. See, back then, it was the evil Koch brothers. Remember the Koch brothers? It was the evil Koch brothers bringing in the cheap labor to replace the blue collar union workers. And so a lot of people today, a lot of Democrats today, they don't know that much of the border wall that already existed, that was built by Democrats, not Republicans, because Republicans were saying we need cheap labor for the corporations, and the Democrats were saying you're stealing union jobs with that. So that used to be the argument back in the early 2000s, and maybe into the mid 2000s. And it wasn't until there was like this massive change in demographics that it flipped. Now it was the Democrats saying, hey, we got to bring everybody in. And it was the Republicans saying, whoa, we can't let this happen. Pretty interesting. All right. They're doing that in Europe right now. Europe's going through the same conversation. What do you guys think? Tough conversation, huh? Obama deported 3.1 million. Trump has deported only 900,000. All right, here's a theme. He says 5 Gem 5 and 1 Ascended Heroes. Let's grab this. Will you ever consistently make in-depth market videos, says Mr. Chompy. Mr. Chompy, I tend to make, look at that, guys. We went from 50 viewers to just 33 viewers because we actually talked about a controversial political thing. People go, I don't want to hear this. I'm out of here. That's what I'm saying, guys. Everybody you buy from already does have an opinion on that subject, by the way. They just don't tell you what their opinion is. People don't want to talk about it. They want to talk about Pokemon. Here's your ascended heroes. I'm sorry, I'll stop, says Crazy. Yeah, people are like, I'm out of here. I love that conversation, by the way, because I enjoy politics. It's one of my favorite things. I like knowing the news. I like knowing how the world is changing. Okay, so that's how you get rich. If you have you guys ever sat down and really wondered, how do I get rich? If you don't know how the world is changing, you cannot get rich. You have to know how it's changing, and then you have to allocate your capital, right? Like AI and all this stuff, right? Businesses are just going to buy it because it's going to make them money, right? So you have to be aware of how the world is changing. You have to know what's changing and how in order to allocate your resources. A lot of people are busy going, how will I get a job? But rich people, they end up taking their money and say, how do I invest my money? And that's why they end up doing better and better and better because it's all they think about. They obsess over it. And so if you want to become wealthy, you got to know what's going on in the world. How are things changing? What are the new technologies? And then you got to take every dollar of your seed money when you're young and just pump it toward those things. And I guess you could say that's what I did with Pokemon, and it really worked. That strategy worked. You can start at any age, but of course, when you're poor and when you're young, that's your seed money. I call it seed money because you plant it in the ground and it grows into a big tree. And people don't appreciate when they're real young. When you're 18 and you got $20 in your pocket, that $20 is way more valuable than when you're my age with $20. $20 to me is nothing now. But $20 when you're 18, you need that to invest right away into whatever it is that unlocks wealth for you. So if you spend that $20 on, you guessed it, Starbucks or something like that, you are using up the most valuable money you'll ever have in your life. You'll never have more valuable money than that early seed money because that's what you need to start turning into a big snowball. See, my money is a snowball now. Now I can just sell a slab in auction if I want cash now. So I have options now. But when I was 18, I was broke and every single one of those dollar bills was super valuable. So you take that seed money, you listen to the news, and you got to make some kind of prediction about the future. My prediction was I better go to the school for computer science. That was my prediction back then. I don't know if I'd make the same prediction. If I was 18 today, I don't know if I'd make the same prediction. All right. So we got the butterfly, something with the V. Is it like vermilion or something? And then this is Mawile. Such a great artwork for Mawile. Looks great. I always think you shouldn't be judged from where you came from, but if you flee life in another country and don't try to learn the language and be nice to people, then I have a problem. It's a complex subject. I think that countries have to have immigration because if you don't, you would just be stuck with the same DNA, and it's like you're having sex with your cousin or something like that. So to maintain health in your group, you do have to have more DNA coming in from other groups. But that's very different from let's create a huge expensive welfare system and then everyone can just come in from every poor country and get on it. That's super unfair for the people in the country already working because the resources go down, the expenditures go up, and then you go broke. So you have to do it in a way that you don't go broke. Very important. There's no way around that. People get very emotional about the subject. They have a lot of feelings this way or that way. What's good, what's bad, who's right, who's wrong. You are not allowed to go broke. That's true at an individual level too. So like if you want to help the poor, you're not allowed to go broke trying to help the poor because if you do, now you're the poor who needs help. So you're not allowed to spend more than you have. And so there's a limit to how much giving away of your money you can do. That's the limit, in my opinion. Because if you're talking about a certain kind of immigration where it's just some rich, smart person coming over, no one really cares. The subject of immigration almost always inevitably leads to the question, how many poor people from another country do we absorb? That's the question. That's true for Germany. That's true for the UK. That's true for America. It's true for every country. How many poor people do we take in and put on the welfare? And When someone comes in and they just work their butt off and they earn that country a net positive tax, people love that. I mean, I think most people, especially young people, are very open minded to that. But that's not the case. You see like these huge expenditures. You see like no one can afford a house. You see like tent cities. There's drugs everywhere. Well, here in America, there's drugs everywhere, you know? You see all this stuff and you go, this is chaos, dude. We can't have it this way. Here's six, three abyss eyes. So I think it has to be financially viable. That's probably the number one thing. Financially viable. And then after that, it's, do you want to mix? I guess that's, yeah, I think older people care more about that. Younger people don't care quite as much. I think if somebody's hot, they should just come right in. What do you guys think? New law. If you're hot, you just get to come straight into the country. Could you imagine a rule like that? You know who get outraged by a rule like that? Ugly people. Ugly people would be like, no way, Jose. If you're hot, you get to come straight into the country. No questions asked. Instant citizenship. All right, here's six. All right, there we go. What do you guys think of that rule? Hot people get to walk straight in. Okay, time for me to zone out. People come and eat illegally. We have we have a fast pass for models and athletes. Wait, do we actually have that? Oh, so basically what I just said. Is that real? That's Little Britain comedy sketch. Can we switch out blank for someone hot to come in? I work in construction and have since I was 13, and now I'm 38. I work with some Hispanics than anything, and almost all of them get their citizenship and cannot stand. Wait, I'm a little confused what went on there. What do you mean? Immigration in Sweden and Europe is great. It's not tearing us apart. Ah, yeah, they get accelerated paperwork. Well, there you go. If you're a model or if you're an athlete, you get your paperwork. I think that's goals. That means, like go be a D1 athlete or something. I think that that's a very good idea because you're trying to marry people who, up your status in the world. So you're trying to do that. That's how marriage in general works. You're not marrying somebody who's like I don't know, like a homeless fentanyl addict that's signing up for welfare generally. Not that I'm trying to beat up on that person. They need like mercy and compassion. But I'm saying when you go out to marry someone, that's not how you pick people. You pick someone who's about the same mate value as you. If it's a little higher than you, that's not bad either, right? Like if they look thinner, they're hotter, they got a good smile, they got good teeth, they got good hair, they got good computer science skills or something like that. That's how you pick someone to marry. And I think that immigration is probably meant to work a little bit like that too, right? You are one, two, three, four, and five. All right. So what I'm saying is if all the hot Filipinas want in, we should just let them in. Is That's how Melania got here, fake scholarship or something, so she could continue modeling. All right, snipping this. I'm pretty sure either way, she became a citizen when she got married. I think actually that's a very revealing thing about the current administration that he's actually married to an immigrant. You know, same with JD Vance. He's the vice president. He's also married. They're an interracial couple. So Trump married an immigrant, and JD Vance is married to an Indian woman. And I don't know. I find that maybe ironic, but also maybe it's sort of like maybe it suggests there's more nuance to their actual beliefs about immigration, right? Like it's not just pure hatred. Maybe they just expect there to be better rules or something, which I think is what they argue. Here you go, Mr. Thim. Yeah, people maybe don't think about that very often. There we go. Most guys don't date women for their job. That's like a fairy tale that doesn't exist. Yeah, I get that. I mean, it helps though, right? It helps if you're marrying a girl who can hold a regular job. Oftentimes, that's a very clear sign that she's a stable, normal person. I will say that. But I think a lot of men fantasize having like a soft wife who doesn't work. She's never worked a day in her life. Her only existence is fluttering around you and taking care of the kids in the house or something. But man, that's not life anymore, is it? That's not life anymore. There's a lot of expectations on women. Do we have people in the fossil break already? Let's see. Second chance, Pokebox, store credit. OP box. Ooh, so nobody's in either the fossil split or the ancient trait, ancient origins break. If you guys want me to do a split on a particular pack, let me know, okay? If you pledge that you'll buy a spot, I'll put it up there. The typical 60s housewife. Yeah, I don't know. It's a tricky thing. Like, what do men actually idealize women for anymore? Is it about them being like a housewife doing house chores, like menial tasks? Because, Karis has been a big income producer, and that's not been a bad thing. I can complain about it sometimes because it does stress her pretty bad and it causes us to overwork. All right, next up, Miss Six. Three more Abyssi. You got it, Six. I do all the chores. Stormfront or Secret Wonders, in your opinion? Well, I don't remember what Secret Wonders has in it, but Stormfront's pretty strong. Snipping this. Okay. I know Stormfront's strong. You know why? Because I bought 2 boxes of it. I own 2 boxes of Stormfront. What's that going for these days? What is the Stormfront selling for these days? Ooh, you got an SR Mega Vibrator Drill. Here we are. Man, all right, and here's this guy. Did you hear Hassan was banned from the UK? I did not hear that. Was it because he said something like anti-Semitic or something like that? Miss Six, you want it right. You want it done right. Do it yourself. Thank you, Six. Six, what do you think of this guy's little drill here? I don't like that. That doesn't seem like a good design, in my opinion. Put in another 8 Abyssi order just in case you thought it was the same order. Thank you very much. All right. Dooby dooby doo, dooby dooby doo, scooby dooby doo. Mr. Mark, he says another 8 Abyssi. Okay. I read that apparently Hassan just needs to reapply for these. Ugh. I heard Hassan Piker is for communism. It's really curious to me that people still argue like on behalf of communism. What do you guys think of communism? Any fans of it here? It's basically a system where the government has like all the power. They got the military and they get everybody's income and then they redistribute this income. And I think when people imagine that, they think it's going to be like a more equitable, a more fair society. Okay, but what's keeping the government in check anymore? They've got all the money and all the military. How long before a tyrant gets into power? You know, it just takes one ambitious tyrant to rise to the top of the communist system and say, wait, I'm not sharing this money. I'm in power now. Like that's what they do in North Korea. Why don't they just rise up and stop it? Well, they can't because the leader has the money and the leader has all the soldiers too. He's got control of the whole country. The private sector and the public sector is controlled by a single man. And so it's like you could do communism and it could be the biggest mistake of your life. It could be the biggest mistake your country ever made because you're setting it up to be potentially a totalitarian state. That's how you get one of those. So I don't know. Now, I think what a lot of Democrats mean is they just want to live in a high welfare state. That's very different from communism. That's like what they do in some of the Scandinavian countries where they tax you really high and then they just give you all your stuff. So they say, you don't need to buy your stuff. You'll give us your money and we'll buy it for you. That would be like healthcare, education, and whatever else, right? So they tax you like 50% or more, and then you get to have free healthcare. This works for a while. It only works as long as everyone's doing net tax contributions and that it balances out. So it fails to work though if your country absorbs a bunch of people who do not net tax contribute. Then it financially fails. What do you do then? Ooh, look at this, evil. So that is the trickiness to that one. That one works as long as everyone makes lots of money and happily shares it with each other. But if it turns out you end up with a huge group of people not earning money and they're just receiving benefits, your state goes broke. Eventually it goes broke. You either kick out the people who don't make money out of that system, or you overspend and go broke. So that is the trickiness to that system. So they have flaws. In theory, it works though, right? Like there's some countries where it works really well. But if you ever look into those countries where that's working really well, it's like all Nords. You're like you get with one of those countries, you're like, why does this work so well? And you're looking around, it's all, Nordic people, and that's it. They're like, yeah, we're really smart. Here's Mark Kaplan. So in my opinion, it requires like a baseline IQ for that to work. You have to have a baseline IQ. Everyone in the country has to be a certain level of intelligence for that to work, because everyone has to be so wealthy, they don't really need the socialism. And then they don't apply for it. They just contribute to it. All right, there we go. All right, there we have it. Oh, yeah. You mean our problem. Communism only works in a perfect world. Russia and China are socialism, and many people think they're communist. Yeah, I spoke about this once. If you look up the tax system in China, here's what's really crazy these days, guys. China's tax system is more generous, like low tax, than the actual German tax system. Germany taxes its own people higher than China does. So then the only difference between Germany and China is you can vote in Germany, you can't really vote in China. So I think that that's really crazy. I call it communist Germany now. Tax rates higher than an actual communist country. Like what? How? All right. It's the Squeak Squad. Squeak! Would you ever do a collection video? I'm open minded. All right. Thank you so much, guys, for all these wonderful orders. We have been busy, busy, busy tonight. What else we got going on? People need to understand the difference between policy and economics. Yeah. Here's a theme 10 Abyssai. Politics work all kinds of different ways. Some of it's moralistic, some of it's cultural, some of it's just economic. And it's all about placing bets, really. You guys like gambling? Well, you kind of gamble in politics too. You gamble on what works and what doesn't work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's a different kind of gambling. All right, so you're buying out some of this box, huh, Mr. CS man? Let's see what we got. People are gambling on what works and what doesn't work. All right, like there's the political thing going on, the election going on in it's Los Angeles, right? Karen Bass and Spencer Pratt. And he has apparently a little bit of a chance to unseat her. And he's just saying some really wild things, man. I've been listening to some of the things he's saying. It's really interesting. His political position is kind of like, oh, you're all getting robbed by NGOs. And it's interesting to hear him speak about it. Ooh, whale lord. But so his idea is that we're going to go after these guys, and that's a gamble. It's a gamble that that's going to work, that that's good, that that's helpful. So a lot of leadership is just trying to make the smartest choice. Isn't that interesting? And a lot of times you get two leaders, one wants heads and the other one wants tails. Turns out one of those flips was better than the other. So hopefully you got the leader who picked the good flip. Oh, look at that Sil Valley. But they're just the opposite of each other. That's it. And only through experimentation do you really learn what works and what doesn't work. One Sil Valley and one energy swap. Hopefully that's not the SR for the whole box, but it might be. All right, that's for you, Mr. FM. Hey, how's it going, Mr. Little Cheesy Got That? By the way, we got 48 viewers. We needed, what was it? 72 viewers in order to hit the bonus giveaway. Probably scaring people off, though, with all this talks. Who here likes this kind of conversation? Is anyone here loving it? And who here hates it? What do you want me to talk about? We can always change the subject, by the way, guys. All you got to do is say, hey, let's talk about this. Here's Mark. He says, Japanese boxes have one item SR and one Pokemon. You know, I felt like that's what was going on with them, huh? It wasn't always like that. In the past, it didn't work that way. So, 5 more of the Abyss thingies. All right, you got it, Mr. Mark. 5 more Abyss Eye. I enjoy it, says Alex. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We know 2 people who especially enjoy this conversation. Probably Tammy and Six love it the very most. We are. All right. Now I'm going to start talking about K-pop. Hey, Tammy, what if I actually took time to learn all the K-pop, like memorize it? And I was like fluent in the conversation around that. Would that be interesting? Tammy says, I turned the volume up. Wow, Tammy. Here's a cold one. Zera Aura. A cold one. An energy card. And Primarina. I enjoy I zone out. It's impossible. Haha. There we go. Nothing's impossible if you just believe. All right, here's Mr. Mark. Ooh. I'm gonna go learn all about girls' what'd you call it? Generation. All right. I'm gonna memorize every lyric too and understand the meaning of the songs. I was in Chili's the other night and I was sitting there waiting for my steak to arrive, and they started playing Backstreet Boys on the overhead, and I realized K-pop's kind of like old 1990s boy bands a little bit, just a bunch of young guys, and they're all like dreamy guys or something. Baby bye bye bye. You know, singing like they're whatever, like man siren or something for the women. Girls, get it done. That's right. What do we got now? That's right. So we're hitting refresh. Click. Here's Miss Six. She says 3 hot abussies. All right. 3 hot abussies. 1, 2, 3. All right, you got to pull us one of these Abyss Eye Altarts right now, Miss Six. I'd like to see that. Mister says Backstreet Boys and sings NSYNC. How do you know that, Tammy? I remember being in the 1990s. My sisters liked those songs, and I was like, what? Of course, I liked Gwen Stefani, man. No doubt Gwen Stefani. She was good. Oh, there you go, Six. I know this would have been one of the cards you wanted from this set. There's some good luck. Yeah, you got it. Good luck with that endless endeavor. Here. Baby, bye, 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 bye. Boo. Yes, you got it, Six. You got the slow, bro. He's like, bro. All right. Squeak Squad back at it. Don't speak. Yeah, everyone knows that song. That's like the quintessential 90s song. When you hear that playing, there's a couple songs that are like you hear them and you think of the 90s. Like here's another one. Oh, what's the name of that song? It's that Irish band. I remember when it came out. It was an Irish band and it was just a girl with a really pretty song. What was it called? Don't Speak is goaded. This was the girl whose band made the song Zombie. It was here. Here's Sandshrew. And here's Pikachu. And here's Houndoom is up to 2 out of 8. He's an English Houndoom, already graded. Already graded's a premium now, guys, because you know it's going to be a year before any slabs come back now. Oh, yeah, the Cranberries. And they made a really popular song, and it really reminds me of the 90s, but I can't remember the name of the song, I'm afraid. GOT 7 Unleashed? Game of Thrones? When I step outside and take a deep breath to say what's going on. No, it's not Zombie. Zombies is also pretty familiar, but there's a different one. I can't remember the name of it. I swear there's like a lyric in it where she says like I'm wrapped around your finger or something like. Oh, it's called Linger. Ha, got it. There it goes. It's called Linger. The Cranberries Linger. That's another one of those 90s song where you're like, this is the 90s. Took me a minute there. Funny how memory works, isn't it? Like, it's there, but you have to work it up or something. You have to like find connections to it. Mr. Athim, for Abyssi. 4 early signs of onset dementia. Early onset dementia. We are. Turns out Pokemon packs, the fumes give you dementia. Same with Radiohead Creep. Or Smashing Pumpkins, 1999 or whatever it was called. Was it called 1999? That's another good one. Yeah, some songs really make you think of the 90s. Is BGS taking a long time? Oh, I'm sure they are. I'm sure BGS has taken 70 years. All right, what do we got for our friend Mr. Hathim? Cold. 1979. You got it. Zarude. One Zarude AR. How rude. Blurry by Puddle of Mud. Oh man, when I learned it was Puddle of Mud who made that song, I was surprised. I didn't like Puddle of Mud, but I do remember the song Blurry being popular. I can't remember what it sounds like anymore. Alien Ant Farm. That sounds familiar too. There we go. Woo wee. Oh wee. Wait, what we got here? We've got Miss Six, and she says 3 Ussy Eye. Is that right? Is that what you wanted? 3 Ussy Eye? Let me hit refresh. How about R. Kelly? I believe I can fly. That guy's in jail like forever, right? That guy's gone. He's cooked. How long is that guy going to be in jail? What did he have? He had like a I can't remember what he had. Why did he get in so much trouble? Because he was having sex with underage girls. Was that what it was? I believe I can touch the sky. He'll be out in 4 years. Oh, okay. Okay. So he's not going to die in jail. He's been there for a while though, right? Longer than Diddy. There you go. Wonder what he's up to in jail. You think he gets any from jail? I wonder. Okay. Put this here. And I'll put this here. He got 31 years. Are you serious? Damn, dude. He gets out in 2045? Damn, dude. See, that's what I thought I heard. I thought he was going to be stuck in there forever. All right, here's this. He won't serve the whole time, says Mr. J. Eddie. What's that one song? My head's telling me no, but my body's telling me yes. Do you ship to Australia? Yes, frequently, actually. We ship there a lot. Rampardos. Ooh, I see how new. How many spots has Tyler bought? He has 1 spot. Cool. All right, 1 Rampardos, Miss Six. I believe I can. Toss this over here. Ooh. Ain't nothing wrong with the little bump and grind. That sounds like one of his too. The international shipping is a great feature. What next? Here's an order with no name attached for 7 Riftbound Unleashed. I'm going to bet that that's Anthony. Grabbing 3 of these. What's the expensive pack break right now? Fossil. It's Fossil. $42. Now, this is the last box of Unleashed, which means we sold 2 cases of Riftbound, everybody. Can you believe that? I need to look into Riftbound. Yeah, I need to look in to make sure I did restock this. I think I did, but it's not here yet, obviously. But I need to make sure I did, because if I haven't, I need to buy more. Riftbound Popular. Cool, man. Give me a second. So we're going to pull this computer into my lap and just research it. I'm feeling nauseous, man. I took a shot of the Wegovy tonight. It's the new 1 milligram, basically double the amount I was taking before this point. All right, let's see. Order history. Maybe I haven't ordered it. Let me jump over here. That Wegovy pack hidden. Yeah. I guess I took it like 6 hours ago. I'm feeling it. Oh, I don't think I ordered any. Okay, well, we need this. We need a restock on it. All right, let's see. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling it. I feel like nauseous, man. Let's see. We'll go with this guy. I'll take 4 boxes of it. I think I have to pay that my stuff stays long with Mister. I don't think my PSA submission is coming back soon. Oh, like an extension? You should be okay. Just don't disappear anywhere, okay? Yeah, I'm feeling it, man. It's hitting me like a truck right now. Review order. Let's see. All right, there it is. So we've done a reorder on this Unleashed. Okay. Anthony, we're going to open your Unleashed packs now. We're working on the last box of Riftbound Unleashed. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Probably slab repo happening soon. I'm taking all her slabs, baby. What? Okay. Now, that only happens to people who haven't been here for like a whole year. Undying Legion. Here's Scorn of the Moon. Very nice. Scorn of the Moon. Virtuoso. We've got Elderberries. Elder Dragon. I saw that PSA was 10 million cards behind. That number is going to rise now that they're shutting down because everyone's going to be stuffing them full of orders right now. Blood Harbor Ripper. Ripper, I barely knew her. And Deceiver. Wow, the Deceiver. All right. Good. Okay. Anthony, you've got a box over here. Grab this. Glad I don't grade much. It's pretty nice when they come back, though. All right. Whoa. I wrote Anthony Gonzalez. You know why I wrote that? It's because an email came in. All right. We'll just scratch this out. An email came in for Mr. Gonzalez, and my brain read the word and just wrote it down on the slab instantly, the bag. All right. So now we have Mr. Mark Kaplan, and he says 4 of the Abyss Eyes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You moved to Vegas yet? No. I'm moving to Vegas, everybody. Las Vegas. All right. What's this? Cold. Oops. Goldine. Blub, 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 blub. Cold. Cold. All right, nothing crazy there. No, we're waiting to find out if Missouri becomes a no-tax state. Although we were just talking, and we are tempted to just move straight over to Nashville. You know, they have lake houses over there in Nashville. They have like a big river that runs through it. Then we get all the amenities of living in a city. We wouldn't have to wait for them to build stuff out here. Here's Mr. Jack Gray. He says, to Abyss Eye, one other shuffle. To Abyss Eye. All right. Good. We got 1 and a 2. Choices, choices. All right. So that's for Jack Gray. Mr. Jack. I think you have that double bag, don't you? Jacob Chickering. Jack Gray. Need another 8 unleashed. Nice. Very good. I didn't do the other shuffle, did I? Did I do the other shuffle? I'm moving so fast. I'm moving so fast, I can't remember if I did his other shuffle already. All right. 2, 3. And I win. 1 cold 1. There you go. We have an order of Beatrice Moniz. Can I get 1 spot in the Houndoom break? Yes, you can, Miss Beatrice. Okay. Here you go. This takes up to 3 out of 8. And this is a good one. Probably going to go off $60 to my slab away. All right. So this says 230 right now, right? Well, this is going to go down to 170. All right. Thank you, Miss Beatrice. Speeding up slightly to make sure we don't fall behind here. Oh, just feel terrible. All right, so here's Steven Gonzalez. He says 2 of the Abyssi. Okay, Steven Gonzalez, Mr. Gonzalez. Good. Here's Primarina. And Charcodet. Armorage, I mean. There you go. All right, Mr. Steven. You got a little more cards in your bag now. Now you got a little hit card in there. Nice. Good. And now we have an order from, come on now, Mr. Anthony. 8 more Rift Bounds. All right, Anthony. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know what slowed down for sure? Those Yu-Gi-Oh! Rarities, huh? I still got Yu-Gi-Oh! Rarity V, everybody. Okay, snip number 1. Snip number 2. Snip number 3. And snip number 4. Okay. We've got, oops, We've got Piltover Enforcer. We're gonna have to sleeve that one. Lilia, Greenfather. Here's Gutter Palace. The Gutter Palace, the palace from the gutter. Here's Oh Yeah. Oops. I mean Master Yi. And Wuju Master. Ooh, Wuju Master. All right. And then here's Atticon, Attican, Yumi, Piltover Enforcer, and Hextech Gantlet. Not the Gantlet. Over here we've got a couple of these. Pike. Dockside Butcher. Ooh. Ooh. Not the butcher. Not the baker. Not the candlestick baker. Oi, Huey. Oi, oi, oi. Here's Daisy. All right. All that for you, Mr. Anthony. Do we have to use a trade or can we put 5 toward the trade card? You can absolutely pay $5 to get in here. There's only 2 streams left. Only 1 person in here, by the way. That means at the end of stream 4, if Tyler's the only one in there, he gets it for $5 by default. Pretty powerful. That's our new auction break. It's a break, but it works differently from the traditional break. There's no set limit to the number of spots that can be in there. Instead, there's a limit to how much time people get to join it. So you get 4 different streams to join this, and then it's over. Then it's Jover. Oi, Huey, spit in me mouth, lad? What? I don't know where that's coming from. I don't remember that joke. Oi, Huey. Oh, I have like crazy nausea. What the hell? Wild. Okay. I predict I'm going to start losing serious weight at this point because the 0.5 milligrams, I was slowly losing weight. And now I'm going on the 1 milligram. That's double the previous amount. So this is probably it, guys. I probably start really losing weight at this point. All right. So now we've got some new orders from the website. Let me hit refresh. Why, yes, we do. We have a Mark Kaplan. He says he'll just take a whole box of the Abyssai. I'll be right back. How much weight do you want to lose? I don't know. All of it. These shorts are terrible. They always fall right off of me. We are. Okay. Got my pants falling down around my ankles over here. Putting that there. Ooh. Whew. All right, Mark Kaplan. There you go, Mark. What was the switch in your head that made you feel you couldn't lose weight on your own? Why not set a goal for a longer period of time instead of needing medical intervention? So those are all pretty fair questions. We've talked about that before. I think there's a stigma to using GLP-1s to lose weight. And so people, their first thing that they say is, I don't need that. I'm just going to go lose weight. I think if it was so easy to lose weight, 40% of America wouldn't be obese or whatever the number is. So I think it's really challenging to lose weight. All right. It kind of works like this for me. For me, I I have lost weight before, kind of like yo-yo dieting. Have you ever heard of that? You lose weight, you put it back on. You lose weight, you put it back on. You lose some weight, you put it back on. So I've been doing that for like years. I mean, I started feeling like I needed to lose weight probably around the time we were getting ready to move out of the condo. So that was almost 7 years ago. So I started changing some of my eating habits and, I was getting kind of pudgy. So I was like, ooh. And the problem is when I try really hard to lose weight, I succeed. I lose weight. And then when I stop worrying about it, I slowly just put it back on. So for me, whatever it is, the baseline hunger for me is too high. That's what it is. The baseline hunger for me is just daddy's got to eat. And if this drug can offset that, that's great. That's the way I see it. Like, I don't know, just an interesting new thing. I'm down with it. Snipping this. The real problem with the GLP-1s right now is they're so expensive that everyone can't afford them. When GLP-1s cost like 25 bucks a month or $50 a month, I think so many people are going to adopt it because, people do want to lose the weight. There's so many health consequences to being obese. Uh, High cholesterol, heart disease, fatty liver disease, increased rate of cancer because you have more cells in your body. Um, there's so many downsides to being overweight. And so everyone pretends like they want to do like the fat acceptance thing, right? But the truth is, if you could just snap your fingers and be skinny, like didn't Lizzo actually lose a bunch of weight? She was using GLP-1s to do it. So I think people do actually prefer to have more like a regular weight, even if you don't mind being chubby, but you don't want to be too heavy. Here it is. Hi, what's the catch? Hey, what's up, man? The catch is you give me your money and I open you Pokemon cards. How does that sound? If the drug doesn't work, would you go down the bariatric route? Yeah, so for a while I considered a treatment where they put a balloon in your stomach, like a medical balloon that makes your stomach feel full. And so I was really looking into that and considering it like years ago because I was already overweight. And I was like, what if I could just use one of these tricks? And so it's sort of like this balloon that doesn't cause any problems, but it makes your stomach feel full. And I ended up not doing that. They also have other options like bands. They can put a band around your stomach. And the last one is they can just do a surgery on your stomach to make it tiny. So some people do those surgeries and they're apparently pretty effective. Ooh, Fomantis. 72 viewers. Really? I missed it. There we go. Tossing this over here. Anyways, I've always had a big appetite. I got a big appetite for food. I got a big appetite for having a lot of Pokemon cards. I feel like it almost goes hand in hand, to tell you the truth. It is. My hunger for more cards is very similar to my hunger for good times, you know? Good times, fun times. I feel like they go hand in hand a little bit. What we got here? Mega Excadrill. But yeah, my theory is whenever they make this drug really cheap, I think you're going to see a lot more people using it. And it's not really going to be something that people have a conversation about as much. Like, you don't talk as much about whether someone's on an anti-anxiety medication. People might have opinions about it, but you don't talk about it as much. It's not that big of a deal. It's just the novelty, the newness of this drug that people talk about it. Also, I think ooh, wow, look at that. I think another thing, streamer life doesn't help. Yeah, sitting down job. I also work too much. But anyways, I think that there's sort of a wealth to having an in shape body or a skinny body. Like there's a sort of like societal value to that. People rank you up if you're skinny. And so when you hear that someone can now just pay to be skinny, it's sort of like, hey, you cheated. And I think that it's not gonna go backwards. Like, people aren't gonna now avoid GLP-1s. It's gonna go forward. So what's gonna happen is a lot of people are gonna cheat to be skinny, or you're gonna see a lot of people losing a lot of weight by taking this hormone that makes it so that you don't want to eat food as much. So you're gonna see a lot of weight loss, and it's not gonna be the same status to be skinny as much anymore. Right now, it still is. Right now, being skinny is still a status, but that's because GLP-1s are so expensive. The moment that that's not true anymore, you're just gonna have a ton of people taking them, almost like the way people wear glasses. That's my theory. People are gonna take GLP-1s like the way people wear glasses. Yo, why are you wearing those pussy ass glasses, bro? Why don't you just see with your eyes? You don't need that. All right. But I would compare them to like how people maybe take anxiety meds or stuff. My bigger concern is hopefully there's no long-term effects, because I think that there's a theory that there could be an increased chance of thyroid cancer. So that would be sad. All right, look at that. It doesn't matter. For me, it doesn't matter because my dad had heart surgery for being too heavy himself. So I know if I get too heavy, I'm just going to have a heart problem. So I'm not worried. If I get the thyroid cancer and die of thyroid cancer, then I die of thyroid cancer, because I was probably going to die of a heart attack anyways. There we go. Are they causing bone problems? Yeah, so they are causing bone problems, but primarily in people who. How do we get down to 28 viewers? Is that real? Wait, is that number real? We just had like 72 a second ago. Why do we have 28 now? Being attractive absolutely pays. It says we have 28 viewers now. What happened? That took like a second for us to lose all our viewers. That's got to be fake. Hey, here's a message up here to Little Cheesy Got That. He says, my uncle's been addicted to the blank pipe for years now. He's the skinniest he's ever been. I don't know if it's the same for everyone. Wow, very insightful. Because of the skinny talk. Shows 36 for me. Dude, it says 24 now. Nah, way, dude. That is so unfair, man. YouTube's messing with my view count. That is so unfair. All right. I don't know. We had that problem just the other night. 66 for me. Look, I could take a picture. I'm not going to take a picture. Wait, I don't have to take a picture. I can just pick the phone up. Right there, 27. See? It was at 24 like a second ago. Man. YouTube stealing my views. Andrew Martin, he's here. He says, one Houndoom spot and trade spot for the Troy Malice birthday. Troy Malice birthday. Trade spot. Oh, are you saying put this in for Troy Malice? You got it, man. The song's so cool. To Troy Malice from. Is today the 1st? Yeah. Andrew Martin. All right. And this will go in here. The medical field didn't like what you were saying. That's not true, because I was saying everyone was going to get on these GLP-1s eventually. And the medical field definitely likes the sound of that. They go, ooh. Well, the pharmaceuticals. Apparently, they just developed a new one that's even more effective. It's called like trizepatide or some crazy thing like that. And it targets 3 different hormones. Apparently, it's super effective. There's 4 out of 8. So the future is we're going to have more of these drugs, and they're going to get more pure, maybe more like tailored specifically for what you need. They've noticed that it even works for people who have addictions to other things like alcohol. So they put them on this weight loss drug, and the alcohol addiction goes away. How crazy is that? That's life-saving for people. Now, let's go ahead and take a picture of this. So did we really hit 72 viewers? I missed it. 39 years old. One more year in my 30s. You're an old man, Mr. Troy. Look at this old man. Hey, what's up, Gramps? I'm right behind you, man. I'm 37. We're all getting pretty old. 6 is 25. Mr. L12 is 160. Mark J. Valerian, 245. 90. Oh, I'm nauseous as hell, man. 40. 20. 150. 175. Maybe I should sleep sitting up tonight because I'm worried I'll do that thing again. And then you'll never hear the end of it. $1,288 donated. $1,288. The top contributors, most likely Mark J. Valerian, right? Can you guys hear that music at all? All right, so Mark is the top contributor, which I think was true last month too. All right, let's take a picture. Did you know there's a gene that people have that makes it difficult to know if you're full or not? They're probably different genes for being skinny. One thing that really radicalized me into trying the GLP-1s is my wife is so skinny, the doctor told her she has to eat more in order to try and get pregnant. And she doesn't try to eat skinny. She eats whatever she wants. She just can't eat a lot. And so that tells me it's biological. It's not a willpower thing. It's very biological. Some people just hunger for more. Some people don't. Some people are skinny and they don't even try to be skinny at all. I've never once seen her calorie count. I've never seen her weigh herself. I've never seen her worry about what she's eating. I'm over here like, oh God, I ate too much. You know, I'm over here eating like half a Pizza Hut pizza, going, oh my God, I'm such a fat pig, dude. Meanwhile, she just eats whatever she wants, but she eats like a pizza and a half, like a slice and a half, and she's like, no more, no more. I can't eat that much. And I go, how? I get a box of donuts. She eats half a donut. She goes, no more. That's enough donuts for me. And then I'm like, I guess the rest of the box is for me. So yeah, we're different. No one had to tell her to try to be skinny. She just was. And then I constantly have to tell myself to eat less or else I overeat. What does that tell you, you know? So, very first guy on here is you, Mr. Andrew. Andrew Martin, $5. There it is. That's this is basically the scoreboard for how much people give away per month. And so in May, we give away 1,288. Wow. We upload that to the Discord server so people can go see the history of donations. I'm taking wait, I can't read it. Retta True Tide. Really? Is that the new one? I was just hearing about that in the news. Is that the new one? You lost 30 pounds? Wow. So you threw away the treadmill? No, I still have a treadmill. I have an exercise bike and a treadmill that I use. My tactic that really helped keep me in shape is to just eat half a pound of vegetables. Yeah, so I've tried that too. I know what you're talking about there. You're basically talking about instead of calorie counting, eat a food type that you know is satiating and low calorie. And then once you're full on that, go eat whatever you want, right? I've tried that. That doesn't work on me. I can just eat that much. I can just eat tons of food. So I can eat a lot of vegetables and then just go back and overeat anyways. Bread is the new thing. All right, what we got here? Javier, 5 Gem 5s. Here we are. We might be almost out of those Gem 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a single pack left. Yeah, I heard about the Retta or Retra True Ride or whatever it's called. Let me turn this down a little bit. This music's loud. 5 Abbeys. Oh, Abyss Eyes. You know, the reason that's confusing is there's also a Lost Abyss. A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, 5 of those. two Azure lanes. Two Azure lanes. Okay. What kind of Azure lane? The English? Yeah. Oh, he wants two English, two Japanese. I got you, fam. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't tip over. Here's two English. And then I believe this is the Japanese, but look at that. We need a fresh box. I'll be back. Have you tried focusing on a high fiber diet? Yeah, I've tried all the tricks, man. Tried all of it. And for a while, like I said, I will lose weight if I focus on it real intently. And then the moment I slide back into feeling normal, I start overeating. I just have this really high hunger baseline. I'm just hungry all the time. Think about food constantly. All right, let me go grab this. Here we are. All right. Can I send for the last gem? Oops. Why? Yes, you may. So the gems are sold out. We're just waiting on a new gem to arrive. Okay. Reddit will help with food. Nice. It's incredible. Help my wife lose 50 in her 60s. Really? Yep. I wonder if I should be taking that and not the Wegovy. Okay. You know, because I was hearing about how Wegovy only targets a single hormone. Okay. Grabbing this. Everyone gets three free cards. Oh yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. Good. What happened to your private shows after the live stream? I just stopped doing those because it was messing my sleep up real bad. Real bad. I wasn't getting any sleep. And I had a terrible sleep schedule. Like, think about it. I was going to sleep at what, 8 a.m.? Well, so that meant I was waking up at like 4 p.m., 5 p.m. Just a terrible sleep schedule. One live custom. All right, you got it. One live costume. Terrible sleep schedule. If you take a daily dose or estrogen, fat will burn off. You missed her. 1, 2, 3. A what? Okay, you ready? Oh, yeah. Oh, mama. Oh, daddy. The Wegovy is one specialized for diabetes, while Red is more towards weight loss. Maybe I should talk to my doctor about that because I do not have diabetes. I'm just trying to lose weight, is all. All right, what we got over here? Ready? I could hear, bro, I could hear the Pokemon cards. Yeah, you hear them calling? Little bonus, little snip. Okay, lovely. This is a little snip. Good. And here's a little snip. All right, there we go. Throw that away. Now, what we got here? We've got the doggy. I'm going to put the Pikachu in the front because he's good. They said you better catch him. Oh, no, I see what you're saying. Sure, yeah. Like catching them all or something. The Brava. Ooh, little stamped card there. Here's Spiel. Captain Pikachu Master Ball. Oh, I just blinded myself. What the hell? And little Braviary. All right, little Braviary. How about this Abyssi? This is for Javier Arroyo. Rampardos. What's the chase in this set? Probably Captain Pikachu. The problem with getting obese is that fat cells never really disappear and increase hormone hunger signaling and increase estrogen production, which promotes fat accumulation. I think what you're saying is once you've been really fat, it's easier to get fat. Maybe that's what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, it's a struggle. I think it's part of aging too, you know. You just get older and fatter. That just seems to be the way it goes a little bit. Maybe it's because you have more time to get fat, not because of the aging itself, but just because you've had more time to overeat. All right. Very good. Because Lord knows I can't stand being bored in this life. Ooh. Okay, you got Teddy Bear Girl. Here's a hollow. Here's a hollow. Here's a hollow. Here's gun, bow and arrow girl, I guess. All right. Whoa, holy hoochie mamas. Is it as good as brown dust, though? That's my question. All right, we got some hollows for you here as well. All right, just a bunch of hollows, Mr. Javier. No crazies coming out of this round. No signature. No chase card. I didn't see a chase card pop out. I'm eating an egg chorizo cheese wrap right now. I probably shouldn't be playing Battlefield 6 while watching Mister. Yeah, you got it. Okay, so you did get a Captain Pikachu out of the Gem 5s. You got another one, just standard Pokeball, and a Vibrava. Okay, and then a bunch of hollows. You got these two full arts, and that's about it. Kind of crazy how much that costs, Mr. Javier. Pokemon card opening is not a cheap hobby. All right, I think that the Captain Pikachu Master Ball is solid, though. He's going to be popular if you can just get him graded. All right, what we got? Hathim, 10 of the Rift Unleashed. Ooh, let me make sure that you are next on the queue, okay? Oh, excuse me. Man, I'm feeling that so strongly right now. Yes, sir, it's you, Mr. Hathim, 10 of the Riftbound Unleashed. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 9. And a 10. Oh, just feeling terrible, man. Don't sugarcoat it, mister. I got trash. From my point of view, I wouldn't grade the Vibrava just because he's a Vibrava. The Pikachu Pokeball, if it grades 10, might be worth like 40. Now the Master Ball, you might be able to sell around the $75 mark to the $100 mark even, because we don't know how rabid people are for that Pikachu, but he is kind of an exclusive Chinese thing. Nothing coming out of the Ascended Heroes. The girl cards not being signatures is, it's just typical girl card stuff. There. How many Rift Bounds do you have? Well, it depends on which one you want. There's only like 2 more of the Unleashed packs, I think. But we still have a decent amount of the Spirit Forged. Looks like we're on our last box of that too, though. Wow. League of Legends selling through. Have you tried sugar-free Weathers caramels? I just saw those at the store the other day. I stay away from any sugar-free candy because I had sugar-free Russell Stovers once, and man, did it give me the runs, dude. That stuff's bad for you. I don't know what they put in it, but it is intestine killer for sure. Yeah, I do not touch any of that alcohol, sugar, fake sugar candy. It's so bad. I'd rather just not eat the candy. No, it's not aspartame. Oh, you said aspartame. Never heard of that. Aspartame, that's what they put in the sodas, and I don't think that's ever affected me. The diet sodas. I can drink diet sodas all day. But whatever they put in that sugar-free candy, holy dude, it was like death. It was like worse than antibiotics. Captain Pikachu Master Ball PSA 10 selling for $90 to $120. Well, the part of the reason for that, of course, is because it just released. So that's a big part of that. Also, PSA is such a terrible backlog. So that'll be the other reason. But I think, if you sell for like 75 and a 10, that wouldn't surprise me. 75 and a 10. All right. Ooh, you've got Jahin, a meticulous killer. I can't even get it graded. Well, we could grade it in an alternative way. Like we could wait for tag to open up. We could send it off to SGC grading. We could send it off to CGC grading, which is pretty cheap. If it were to get a pristine 10 on it, it will be worth just a little under a PSA 10. You guys notice that? The pristine 10s are not selling at the same premium as PSA 10s. I have a theory for that, by the way. The theory is that there's so many people who CGC is like giving them a special price to just pump those cards out, man. They're getting those cards pumped out. Yeah. I saw somebody who was offering a special price to grade with CGC, but there had to be an agreement that if you do grade, you have to then immediately place it into auction. So it was like this special low price to grade your card. But again, the rule is you have to then put it into auction. I was like, damn, dude. People are building these like grading to auction machines. That's what they're doing. Grade your card with me, and then I'll auction it off consignment wise. And it's a money making. It's a system. It's a snack. It's a snicky snack. Elder millennial here. Yeah. Fanatics is amazing. You should get a PhD so we can call you professor instead of Mister. Ooh, what should I get a PhD in? Yeah. All right. I'm changing careers. I don't want to be a card opener guy anymore. I'm gonna get a new career as a licensed sex therapist. So I'm gonna help you guys with your love life. All right, let's grab this. You just tell me what your issue is and I'll fix it, okay? Javier Arroyo, the last gem pack. Why, thank you, good sir. All right, that's it. The queue is empty. There's nobody in the queue. Well, that's been a very good run because we just did that the first time at 160 minutes in. That's not bad. That was a busy night. Sunday was busy. Good to know. Where do I get my 3 free cards, little guy? Hey, what's up, Matt? What 3 cards would you like? All right, let's see. We're jumping over here. There should be a TCC giveaway, shouldn't there? Did we really hit 72 viewers? And where did the TCC giveaway go? I thought we had one. Or did we give it away at the end of the last stream? Morning from the UK. Any solo leveling? Not yet. Today is going to be Monday, so it's the first time I get mail again. So maybe later today. I sent it in order. Says goo boobs. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me go get it. What's the name on this order? I don't see it. What's the name on the order? I don't see a giveaway slab. Maybe we finished giving it away. It hit 72 for a minute. Okay, you got it, baby. So the next giveaway shall be this Multrees. Have a PhD in card economics. I got it. I'm going to open up a college of card sciences, and then I'm going to create a PhD in card sciences, and then give myself that PhD. Bada bing, bada boom. God, I'm smart. Step number 1, create a fake college. Step number 2, hand out a degree to yourself from the fake college. How do I get so smart like this? I'm one smart cookie. Mr. Steven, I did that order. Hold on, let me go back. So Steven's order was it was 39 minutes ago, to Abyssi, and we already serviced it. You pulled Armirage. There we go. I'll make my own website, Card Sciences University. I'm gonna put myself as the president of the university, and then it's gonna say degree of economics and card science or something like that. But it's just gonna be the degree that I made for myself. A lot of that is just, if you think about it, a lot of that is just Adobe Illustrator editing, probably, or like Word document. No, you need to. If you want it to be a degree, it's got to look official. So you got to sit down and really edit something that looks official. You can't just be. You can't be typing up a Microsoft Word document. You got to be able to put in a frame. Will there be a hazing ritual? Yes. The Guzma wasn't given out, right? So it was the Guzma. I can't find him. I can't find him. I don't know where he is. You said it's a Guzma? See if he's laying. Oh, let's see if he's laying around nearby. What's all this? What's all this then? Maybe he's in this pile or something. Tammy's remembering that there was a giveaway for Guzma. What do you know, Tammy? Oh, Tammy. It probably didn't go through or late. Oh, okay, we're still waiting on one? All right, sounds good to me. Oh, Tammy, sweet Tammy. There's a hole in my bucket. Dear Tammy, dear Tammy. Tammy, I can't find it. Did we give it away yesterday? We either gave it away or I put it somewhere. Maybe I moved it off the table. Well, I'm going to go ahead and set this one up. And if the Guzma is still running, we'll keep it running, okay? Is this the Guzma? Oh, I found it. Ah, wow. It's because there's so many places a slab can easily hide. All right, I found it. All right, no problem. Let's say refresh. Bowser? Was that another Bowser? Here it is, Bowser, baby. Now, you probably had the 10. This one's a 9. Still cool, though, right? All right. There's a hole in my bucket, dear Tammy, dear Tammy. That's done. Just type in TCC to get into the giveaway now, guys. Look how fast per minute I type. Pretty good, huh? Dear Tammy, there's a hole in my bucket. Period. Here's Tammy going in. Tammy, the minute your name showed up in the machine, I hit roll. You know why, Tammy? Because it's kind of like cheating. Because since you know, since the whole audience isn't in yet, the people who get in early, if I hit roll, they have a better chance. Smoked out turtle. That's David Moraes, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. Right. So, like, imagine there's only 6 people have made it into the queue so far on the screen. So I hit roll because I know that those people have a 1 in 6 odds. Here's Tyler. I don't do that all the time. I just thought it would be funny to do it just then when I saw your name. I said, let's roll it. And then it actually gave you the spot. Here's Risen Rose. There's a hole in my bucket, dear Tammy. All right. If there's a hole in my bucket, what do you recommend, Tammy? Goo Woobs. All right, we're up to Goo Woobs on 12. Let's see. There's a hole in my bucket. Lyrics. You ready? So she says, then fix it. So that's what you have to say now, Tammy. You have to say, then fix it. Then mend it. Then mend it, dude. Next up, here's Javier. He says, 2 lives, 1 for 6, 1 for me. What? You're too nice, dude. All right, we're going deep. Mr. Javier, 1 live for himself, 1 for 6. 1, 2, 3. 1 for 6, 1 for me. Then mend it, dear Goofy, dear Goofy. Code. Sorry, 6. Ooh, you get a little Pokeball. That's a little bonus. 2 cold ones. I'm sorry. All right, putting that back over there. That's really nice of you. Oh. Okay, what time is it? 5? I can see the sunlight coming up. It's not super bright yet. Oh, ow, headache. Dude, I swear, Wegovy gives me a terrible headache. I don't know why it does that. All right, so I've read it over here. I put you on the giveaways list because you're such a great guy. We need to have a ladies' night. What do you guys think? The only problem is, how do you confirm who's a girl? Mm. Mm. For example, I highly suspect that Miss Six is actually a man. This is highly suspected. Mr. Steven Gonzalez, he says, one trade spot. You say one trade spot, but you sent in enough for two. Did you mean to do that? So two trade spots? What? We talked on Discord. Six, you told me yourself you're a man. She's a real man. With a nice strong beard. You seem like you'd be the kind to have a beard. I bet you'd have a stinky beard. Not every guy has a beard, right? Some of us have kind of like weak beards too. I don't have the best beard. My beard's just okay. It's kind of ratty. But some guys have like stinky ass beards. You know, like your hair can get bad. Well, your beard can be bad. Got too much grease. You ate something with it. You didn't clean it properly. Something tells me you'd be one of those stinky beard guys. How do you get a stinky? There it is. I don't know. Just poor hygiene, I guess. There it is. All right. Ta-da. So this is done for another night for both spots. Oh, he didn't understand. So, Steven, this is a new kind of break. This is not a 1 in 4 break. Um, we've been talking about this a lot. This is called an auction break. So, an auction break, these numbers here are the number of streams. Did you see I just checked this one? Because we're in stream number 3. And this goes off in stream number 4. So it's over on stream number 4. So this is a traditional break. In a traditional break, there's a set number of spots. In an auction break, there's only a set number of streams that it's available. And so in the next stream, this goes off no matter how many spots are in here. So another 2 guys could join, and then your odds would be like 1 in 6, or another 3 guys, then your odds would be 1 in 7, or in your case, it would be 2 in 7. So let me know if that's okay with you. Okay, he says, I understand. All right, perfect. I wasn't sure if it made sense. All right, very nice. Very nice. So this is up to 4 spots. And tomorrow it's over. It's called the trade break because you can trade to get in there as well. You can trade stuff like holographic cards you don't want, EXs you don't want. Really, I'll consider anything just as long as it adds up to about $5. Next up, Nathan Gordon. Grievous. Oh, Nathan Gordon wants in there as well. Yeah, tomorrow, daytime stream. This is going off. If you're not going to make it to the daytime stream, this is kind of your last chance to jump in there before I'm gone. I sent for the Grievous, the General. Well, tonight was pretty interesting. We sold a lot of Abyssai. Makes me wonder how much we need. Like, do I need to do a restock on it? And then we're almost sold out of Riftbound Unleashed. I mean, I think we got 2 packs of it left. Yep, 2 packs. We went from 2 cases to 2 booster packs of Riftbound Unleashed. And that is just really impressing me right now. Then we got Spirit Forge, which is almost sold out as well. Brown Dust did really well. This is the Brown Dust set. Sexy booty butt characters in here. And we sold about half a case. We have 2 cases. We sold about half a case. The reason that's so impressive is because cases actually contain a ton of those boxes. We're supposed to have more solo leveling coming as well. And tomorrow we're going to get this Marius Lawson shipping out. It's a really big one, so I got to concentrate on that. I also need to finish up a PSA submission Probably the last one before they book it up, before they say no more. Hound Doom getting close. Yeah, Hound Doom is 4 out of 8, which is an impressive number. And he's just going to go off. It's a fantastic looking card. It was a good choice for a lightning break. I've got a new one on the way, and we could break that one too. I don't care. But think about the price of Team Rocket Destined Rivals now. It's so high. What are the odds you actually pull a Houndoom and he's actually going to grade 10? And how long do you want to wait for this guy to come back? Because now PSA grading's not just about the value of the grade itself, but the time window. You're going to wait like 8 months for one card to come back. So our breaks have a PSA ready to go right here. So there's a value to that too now. Oh yeah, I don't think it was mentioned, but before, the old man that had Lego collection faced an illness, so the son had to take over the Lego collection. Ooh, very interesting detail. I'm sure I'll hear more about that case. So it is 5 a.m. in the morning, and we handed out our giveaway spots. We're like 9 minutes away from 180 minutes. I think I might just wrap it up early. It's Sunday night. We had a good stream, guys. This stream was busy from beginning to end. Hello, do you know what happened to my package? Did you receive it back? Uh-oh, I don't like the sound of that. Let me go look this up. To look this up, you will need to remind me of your name. It could be your last name or your first name, whichever you want it to be. But I need to be able to look up your name, okay? That sounds pretty dang important, because if I recall, you got an expensive shipment. Okay. Oh my gosh, it wants to verify my identity. Let's do email. Enter your one-time code. That's so annoying, dude. Mr. Emmon. All right, Mr. Emmon, we're going to look it up right away. Where's my message? There it is. Here's your verification code. Okay, our shipping software is requiring this code. Oh, I feel so nauseous. It's terrible. Sent for a Star Wars spot. Nice. All right, so now we're going to head over to history. Mr. Emmon, we can't have anything going wrong with yours. It says status, action required. Okay, is it going to say what the action is? Why? Let me click on it. All right. It says on May 4th, it attempted delivery abroad. That was the last status for it. It cleared customs on May 1st. May 1st, and then it's been a month since then. It said arrived at facility May 2nd, arrived at post office May 4th, out for delivery May 4th, and then May 4th, attempted delivery. So they attempted to deliver it to you, and then nothing. It doesn't say delivered, it says attempted delivery. The other thing about the order is it says action required. So if I were you, I would go to my post office and start asking around for it. They may be waiting for you to pick it up. If that's it's not true. I was home. Yeah, who knows, man. The shipping companies, they deliver like a a gazillion packages, so you never know what they're doing. I know exactly what it feels like to see that your package was attempted delivery, and you're like, how? I was in the home. Maybe they knock on the door with the faintest knock, and then they run away back to their car. All kinds of stuff like that can happen. But it says so May 4th, attempted delivery, and then nothing after that. So it doesn't say that they tried to re-deliver it to you. So what I would do if I were you, Mr. Emmon, is go straight to that post office and ask them right away if they have the package. Because what you don't want happening, you don't want them to ship it back to me. That would be a very expensive situation. But yeah, they should just ship it back if they're unsatisfied. Let me see this USPS tracking. I'm going to try using USPS's tracking system as well. All right, let's see what they have to say. Because Stamps doesn't say it's coming back yet. Latest update. We attempted to deliver your item at 1:42 p.m. on May 4th. So that's the only thing it's saying. It's not saying that it's being shipped back to me. And so I would take that as a good sign. I would take that as a good sign. It's probably still there in Germany. If they shipped it back, it would actually say on its way back to the, the shipper. Here's Gabriel taking a spot in the Star Wars auction break. You got it, man. All right. Good luck with that, Mr. Emmon. I bet you get it, man. Let me know if you get it, okay? But yeah, they didn't say they're returning it to me. So 4, 5, 6. They should have left a note on his door. It is Germany. I don't know what they do on their side. They might do it a little differently than us. Probably not. They probably have similar structures, ideas. Um, but yeah, it's not the actual USPS post office, so I don't know how they do it over there. Where should I go? Okay, so Mr. Emmon, you want to go to the post office, is what it says. Okay, let me read it again real fast. So, Mr. Emmon, it says this is well, it doesn't say which post office. It just says arrived at facility, arrived at post office. That's what it says. Okay. All right. I hope that helps. Yeah, it doesn't tell me the exact location of the post office that it could be at. But if they attempt to deliver it to you and you're not home, or you don't, let's say they don't really knock on the door very hard or something, they don't get an answer fast enough, so they take it back. Usually that means it's sitting at that post office. So whichever post office is closest to your home, I would start by going there and asking them about it. Uh, I know it's very frustrating, but I can't do anything on my side. The only thing I can do is ship it to you, and I did that part. So I did my part. I can't, every post office, every delivery system has their own thing. But we got it, and it seems to be out there with you. It's just that last step, getting it into your hands. Yeah, there's nothing I can do from my side, is all I'm saying. Like, all right, guess you could probably call USPS and see what they have to say about it. But USPS doesn't deliver it either. They just hand it over to Germany. So whatever your guys' post system is, that's who has it. So I don't think even USPS has any say in it. That's how it works over here. Like, we get Royal Mail from the UK. Well, Royal Mail hands it off to our guys, and then our guys deliver it. So if I called Royal Mail, they'd be like, "Well, we handed it to your guys." That's what they would say. All right. I know that because I just got some mail from Royal Mail, and Japan actually has something similar. I think they also call it like Royal Mail or something like that. All right, I think we're all I think we're all done. Thinking about getting Lorcana, seen some pricey cards out of there. Yeah, so Lorcana, huh? We used to sell that. We did sell through technically. I'm not closed-minded. If there's demand for it, I would be happy to add it to the menu. I had a wonderful night, guys. We're at 180 minutes. I hope to see you guys tomorrow for the Monday daytime stream. If you're new and you've never subscribed before, smash that button and YouTube will let you know that I've gone live. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the daytime stream. See you later, everyone.